free and sugar-free blend that's versatile enough to put on anything. One of the first blends I developed more than 8 years ago, the Creole seasoning has an unmistakable aroma, a bold flavor, and a little heat for character. Every time I open one of these bottles, I hear trumpets and big band music.
The Black College Sports Network is proud to partner with ComputerRatings.com. That's ComputerRatings ratings.com for the upcoming college football season. ComputerRatings.com delivers rankings, game predictions, and statistics for hundreds of professional and collegiate teams. The key feature of ComputerRatings.com is the Versus Sports Simulator, which allows users to simulate any possible matchup and view the predicted scores along with a side-by-side stats analysis. Improve your odds by signing up for a subscription. Monthly, semi-yearly, and yearly subscriptions are available. For our listeners and viewers, use the promo code BCSN19 and get 15% off of your subscription at checkout. Visit www.computerratings.com. That's COMPUGHTER ratings.com. Hello and welcome back to the BCSN Sports Wrap. Brian Fulford and AD.
December 21st, the best in HBCU football will collide in Atlanta at the Celebration Bowl. MEAC versus SWAC. Champion versus champion. Only one team will rise above the rest and claim the coveted Celebration Bowl trophy. Come join the celebration at Mercedes-Benz Stadium this December. For more information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
You know, the real reason why I went after Comcast and Charter, it didn't have anything to do with my cable networks. It didn't. What happened was a gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs, and Comcast did not accept it. And that would have made a lot of money for these black colleges. Absolutely. And it would have educated the Black College Sports Network. This is what he wanted to do. That would have educated a lot of black kids. And when they didn't do that, that's when I came off the bench and said, okay, I'm going to light you up like a Christmas tree. Mm-hmm. Okay? That was the real reason why I got into it, was when I saw what happened with the Black College Sports Network, which I don't know. I just knew that these black, right? I knew that these black colleges were going to benefit, and these black kids were going to get the education that they deserved and not have to pay.
The Creole seasoning is a sodium-free and sugar-free blend that's versatile enough to put on anything. One of the first blends I developed more than 8 years ago, the Creole seasoning has an unmistakable aroma, a bold flavor, and a little heat for character. Every time I open one of these bottles, I hear trumpets and big band music.
Q Time is our classic Atlanta show.
Ladies and gentlemen, now taking the field, please welcome head coach Sean Quinn and the Savannah State University Tigers. Warners will be receiving the kickoff. And now, Tiger Nation, get on your feet. Get ready.
We have got a cab fight here on Jacksonville's north side. 64 degrees, sunny, and absolutely gorgeous fall afternoon for college football here at First Coast High School's The Shipyard, as the Tigers of Edward Waters College bring a 1-8 record into this afternoon's contest against the Tigers of Savannah State University. 6-3 overall of the Tigers of Savannah State, 5-0 as members of the SIAC. They recently moved down at the beginning of this year from the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference Division I football down to the SIAC. Alongside my broadcast partner, Brian Fulford, my name is Joshua Jackson. Certainly glad that you're along with us for another broadcast of Edward Waters College Football here on both 1010XL, 92.5 FM, as well as the Bryant College Sports Network. Brian, last week, looking at Tuskegee, the contest against Tuskegee, EWC needing a statement win. They came up just short, 27-26 against a squad that has been the class of the SIAC and really the class of black college football for the past number of years.
Yeah, definitely. Josh, this is actually, it was a great opportunity, and I think the lessons learned from that game are hopefully lessons in how to finish a ball game without making mental mistakes, because it was the mental mistakes at the end of the ball game that cost Edward Waters an opportunity to possibly win that ball game, and so they'll need to be on their A game on all levels this afternoon.
When you look at Savannah State, they come in again 6-3 overall, 5-0 in the SIAC. A great turnaround for Savannah State this year after a rough start, a rough ending to the season last year. They dropped down to Division II, and they're actually playing some good football right now.
It's 1998. That's the last time Savannah State had a winning season. So this has been a great year, and this game this weekend for them is sort of the coronation of what's been a great year. And next year, when they're actually eligible to compete in the SIAC, everybody watch out.
Giovanni Lugo has it teed up at the 35-yard line for our listeners on 1010XL. Savannah State in all white uniforms, white tops, blue numbers, orange trim, white pants, blue helmets for the Tigers of Savannah State. For the homestanding Tigers of Edward Waters College, they're the all-purple this afternoon. Purple tops, orange numbers trimmed in white, purple pants, orange helmets with the letters EWC on either side of those helmets. The 26th all-time meeting between the Tigers and Tigers Edward Waters, having a 13-8 and 4 advantage over the Tigers of Savannah State University. EWC, this contest first started, the series first started back in 1930 when Savannah State was known as Georgia Industrial College. It was a 13-13 tie that afternoon. The last time these two teams actually met on the gridiron, Savannah State won that contest up in Savannah back in 2012 by a score of 42-35. So looking at the all-time series, Brian, looking at the all-time series, these are two evenly matched teams overall when you look at the histories on both teams.
well said. When was the last time again that game was played there, Josh?
2012. But Edward Waters does hold a 13-8 advantage, so we're gonna hold steady to that.
Right. A lot of these young men were probably in high school or just beginning high school about that time. Look, this is a great opportunity for Edward Waters. They're looking across the field at a team who just entered the SIAC and had success in their first year, and hopefully when that happens, either next year or the year after for EWC, they want to be able to come into the conference with a similar bang.
Giovanni Lugo's kick goes into the end zone. Kennard Mahone will take it out of the end zone, across the 5, across the 10, across the 15, to the far side, across the 20, still pushing the power at around the 23-24-yard line, and that is where Edward Waters will take up shop first and 10. Rashad Branch had a great contest last week, 12 of 26 passing, 154 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also had added 15 carries for 54 yards to his tally in last week's contest as well. It's kind of been a bit of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde for Rashad Branch, the sophomore quarterback from Plantation, Florida, but it seemed like he found something last week in last week's contest against Tuskegee.
He showed some great growth last week, and I'd like to see him be able to continue that in this contest, especially in the air.
Tiger offense jogging onto the field. They spot the football at the 25-yard line. That is where EWC will take up shop first and 10. Ball will be placed on the far side right hash. Branch, the sophomore quarterback from Plantation, Florida, and Plantation High at the controls of the EWC offense. Pistol formation. Deshaun Hugie, the freshman running back, right behind Branch. Tight end wing to the right, single receivers to either side of the formation. First and 10 from the 25. Takes the snap. Handoff. Hugie comes over here to the near side, and he will be hit and swallowed up in the backfield. Hit and swallowed up. On the stop for the Tigers of Savannah State is Kawan Harris, a Jacksonville native. He's out of Sandalwood High School.
Savannah State is only allowing opponents 3.2 yards per rush. Now, on the flip side, they're giving up about 7.3 passing. So it'll be interesting to see if the run game is able to find any success against this Savannah State defense.
2nd and 12 for Edward Waters. Ball back up to the 23-yard line. Stay in the same formation, pistol formation. Single receivers to either side of the formation. We'll take the snap. Fake the handoff. Back to passes. Branch flush in the pocket. Rolls over to the right side now. Branch will throw the football away. Great pressure by the Savannah State Tiger defense. And it brings up a 3rd down and 12 for EWC.
Now, looking downfield, Josh, he had a receiver running with him. You know, we talked about that before, about receivers running in stride with the quarterback when they scramble. And I thought he had a man. Now, I mean, hey, all credit to him for not wanting to take that chance and throwing it downfield. But at the same time, it's one-on-one down there. I mean, if you can get that ball out of your hands, you might be able to make a play and pick up a big chunk of yardage.
3rd and 12 for the Tigers at the 23-yard line. They'll work from the shotgun formation, a 4-receiver set. 3 receivers to the near side, left single receiver far side to the right. Deshaun Hughes, the running back, side guard to the right of quarterback Richard Branch. Tigers of Savannah State rushing 4. Takes the snap. Branch back to pass. Looking, throwing, far side. It's well over the head of Deshaun Hughes. Falls incomplete. Rough set of downs there for EWC, and the Tigers will be forced to punt.
Yeah, you know, that was a good decision. Go ahead and throw it away. Don't get your tailback blown up in a situation like that.
Angel Sevier comes on to punt for the Tigers. Back deep for Savannah State. Appears to be Brian Roberts.
Back deep to return, Brian Roberts of Savannah State.
Or check that, that's Enoch Carter. Enoch Carter is the returner for the Tigers of Savannah State. So Carter stands at the 44-yard line. Here's a low snap. Sevier gets it. He was hit, and it's blocked. And it will be scooped up and recovered by Savannah State. And the Tigers will have it 1st and goal at the 2 or just inside the 2-yard line. This came right up the middle, and that is a rough start for the men in purple this afternoon.
I could see it coming. They had the block called on that one, and they just came with a couple of extra linebackers right up the middle, right up the gut. Didn't stand a chance on that one, and especially with the bad snap.
Devon Gibbons at the controls of this option offense, the 6'3", 205-pound junior from Stone Mountain, Georgia Stevenson High School, at the controls of this triple option offense under head coach Sean Quinn in his first season at the controls of the Savannah State football program. 1st and goal from inside the 2. As the Tigers get set up, they will work from the shotgun formation this time. Twin receivers to the near side, right single, far side to the left. Puts the receiver in motion. He'll take the snap. Fake the handoff up the middle. Touchdown Savannah State. Just like that, Devon Gibbons up the gut. And it's a touchdown for Savannah State.
Touchdown for Savannah State. Devon Gibbons on the
Textbook. I mean, that's hard to stop 2 yards out. You know, already mistakes killing you, giving points to the other team.
They faked the jet sweep handoff. Gibbons took it himself, went right up the middle and into the end zone for the touchdown. Giovanni Lugo off the extra point here for Savannah State. Swinging gate deployed here. They get lined up for the extra point. It's low snap placement. The kick, it is up. It is on the way. And it is good. 13:43 remaining, first quarter from Jacksonville. Savannah State 7, Edward Waters nothing. Let's take a break. Come back with more Tiger football after this here on the Black College Sports Network and 1010XL.
Classic Atlanta soul food restaurant located in the historic West End. Q-Time Soul Food is a family business started by Fred and Christine Crenshaw. Come on in, relax, and sink your chops into our tantalizing, mouth-watering, distinctive soul food with a twist, the Q-Time way. 1120 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, or call your order in at 404-758-2881. Do you miss your mama's cooking? Then come on down to Q-Time, an Urban Passport member.
Back here in Jacksonville, 7-0 our score. Savannah State on top, a 2-yard rushing touchdown for quarterback Devon Gibbons. As the Tigers of Savannah State take advantage of an EWC block punt, take it into the end zone for the touchdown. Lugo on to put total leather here as the Tigers will be kicking. The Tigers of Savannah State kicking from left to right. Here is the kick, high, end over end, short this time. Boogie will get camp under and make the catch at around the 3. Across the 5, across the 10. Looking for a hole up to the 15, to the 20, 25, to the 30. 35, gets outside, ran into a man at around the 35-yard line and went down there. Boogie had a nice looking return there. The Tigers are going to take a shot at their own 35.
Great return, great blocking up the middle. I mean, he is a special player, especially on the punt return and kick returns.
He's one of 10 seniors playing their final home contest of their EWC careers this afternoon. Kennard Boogie Mahone, the senior defensive back from Jacksonville and Andrew Jackson High School. See if the Tiger offense can get something in gear here. They'll take up shot 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. 13:35 remaining first quarter, 7-0 Savannah State with the lead. First meeting since 2012 between these two teams. Tigers will line up in the pistol. Twin receivers far side to the left, single near side to the right. Takes the snap, turn, hand. That is Hugie. Hugie dancing in the hole. Goes forward, gets a gain of about 3. Piles still pushing. And actually push it out to the 40-yard line for a gain of 5. 5-yard gain for the true freshman running back from Palm Coast, Florida. Palm Coast High School. Flagler Palm Coast High School. Will be 2nd and 5 for Edward Waters from their own 40-yard line. Clock runs approaching 13 minutes remaining here in this first quarter. 7-0 the visitors on top. Pistol formation, twin receivers to the far side right, tight end wing to the right, single receiver near side to the left. Takes the snap. Handoff, Hugie again up the gut. He runs into a white wall of Savannah State defenders led by Cam Brown, the 6'3", 275-pound sophomore from Monroe, Georgia.
Yeah, Savannah State takes a lot of pride in their defense. I mean, last year they were one of the top defenses in FCS in the MEAC when they were still in Division I, and they just carried that defense on down with them to the Division II level.
3rd down and 4 for the Tigers after the 1-yard gain for Hugie. Ball spotted at the 41-yard line of Edward Waters. See if the Tiger offense has cooked up here. Nice smattering of Savannah State fans over on the far side, chanting defense for their Savannah State Tigers. Shotgun formation for Branch. They go 4 wide this time. They'll take the snap. Branch back to pass. Branch looking right, throwing right. Looks for a man. It is intercepted.
Wow.
That pass is picked off.
And the DB was falling down, and the ball just landed in his lap as he was falling down.
That's a Jacksonville native, Naeem Bozeman, the sophomore, 5'11", 170. He went to Trinity Christian here in Jacksonville.
But you know, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's about the same as a punt, honestly. I mean, on just one play earlier than probably what it would have been, and so at least they took a shot.
1st and 10 for Savannah State from their own 29 after the interception. Tigers of Savannah State will go 4 wide this time. They'll actually work from the gun. Takes the snap. Turns, hands to the back, turning the corner on the far side. Left, lowers the shoulder. A flag is thrown. He goes out of bounds across the 35, out to around the 37, 38-yard line. So this looks like this one might be coming back for a hold, as we'll get our first call from referee Steven Anderson.
There's a flag on the play.
And it is indeed a holding call against the Tigers. Stephen Anderson, our referee from the SIAC, the umpire Antoine Pons, center judge Terrence Isom, head linesman Chikori Fleming, line judge Soren Morales, field judge is Aaron Niedert, back judge Kendall Martinez, and the side judge is Uriel Sands.
1st and 20.
So 1st and 20 after the penalty from Savannah State. Ball will be placed at their own 19-yard line. 11:45 remaining here in this first quarter. 7-0 Savannah State with the lead. A lineup in the gun. Put a receiver in motion. There's movement along the line of scrimmage. We'll see what this one's going to be.
That's got to be a false start on the right tackle.
As big Zuriel Davis got into the neutral zone, but they're going to call a false start. You're right, Brian, against Savannah State. That'll cost them another 5 yards. Put the ball inside the 15 at the 14-yard line to make it 1st and 25 from there.
Ball moves back to the 14.
Now again, Josh, the one thing that Savannah State is not is a passing team. So if you can continue to back them up and keep them this far away from the first down marker, it's a positive for your team.
Receiver in motion will take the snap. Handoff to the back, up the gut, runs into a purple wall. Gets a gain of about 4, maybe 5 yards on the carry. That was D'Angelo Durham, the ball carrier, the sophomore from Augusta, Georgia. The gain of 5 for Savannah State.
Good tackle there by Nicholson there.
Ball up to the 19-yard line.
Gain of 5 on the play. 2nd and 20 now from the 19-yard line. Gibbons will work from the gun. Twin receivers far side left, single near side to the right. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff, throws far side, passes complete. Tigers have that one hemmed in, getting outside and getting across the 25 out to the 26-yard line. Okay, that was Enaj Carter with the reception.
Ryan Roberts.
Enaj Carter, the 5'8", 160-pound freshman from Poughkeepsie, New York, with the reception. But here's a third down and 13 for Edward Waters. Ball will be spotted at around the 27-yard line. Or for Savannah State, excuse me.
Third down, 13 for Savannah State.
10:29, 10:28 remaining first quarter. 7-0 Savannah State with the lead. Tigers of EWC desperately needing to get off the field. They'll take the snap. Back to pass is Gibbons. Gibbons looks, Gibbons flush. Now rolls over to the near side right. Looking, still looking. Gibbons is going to be hit, and he will finally go down.
There you go. Wrap him up. Got to wrap him up.
Jaron Wilson got to him first. James Gary cleaned up. And there's going to be a sack on the play all the way back to the 23-yard line. And the Tigers of Savannah State will put the football away.
So, again, like I said, passing is not what Savannah State does on a regular basis. I mean, last week they only had 8 pass attempts. And so you force them into passing downs, and you got an advantage.
Giovanni Lugo on to punt. Kennard Boogie Mahone back to field this one for EWC. Here is the snap. Lugo's punt. High, hanging punt. Boogie will make the catch at around the 26-yard line. Lost the football for a second, got it under control, and he will be hit and have to go all the way back inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
He did a good job of just corralling that with a couple of tips there.
So Savannah State flips the field. The Tigers of EWC will take up shop from their own 13-yard line. 9:26 remaining first quarter. 7-0 our score. Savannah State with the lead. Joshua Jackson, Brian Fulford here with you. And the broadcast of Edward Waters College Football here on the Black College Sports Network, as well as 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Got a score update for you here in the second quarter. Miles with a 17-3 lead over Tuskegee at half. Excuse me, that's at the half. Miles, the winner of that, will clinch the SIAC West Division.
To likely face Albany State in the SIAC championship game.
Be shocked if it wasn't Albany State.
1st and 10 from the 13 for EWC. Branch will take the shotgun snap. Beck that actually does hand off to the back, trying to turn the corner over on the right side. Lost the football.
Goodness.
And Savannah State looks like they're going to recover another fumble. Savannah State recovers the fumble. Another turnover for this EWC defense. And the Tigers of Savannah State will take up shop at the Edward Waters 11-yard line.
You can't give another turnover, and this time it's inside of, where is it, at the 10? So a second one inside in the red zone, inside the 15. You cannot give this team easy scoring opportunities.
Spencer Carter coughing the football up for EWC. And again, Savannah State will take up shop 1st and 10 from the Edward Waters 11-yard line. Gibbons will work from the gun. One back sidecar to his right. Early movement by the tight end, or really the right side of this offensive line for Savannah State. Likely going to be a false start against the Tigers of Savannah State.
Third offensive penalty by the Savannah State Tigers so far in this ball game.
5-yard penalty, takes the ball.
See if EWC can rise up and make a critical stop here. After the 5-yard penalty, ball will be back up to the 16-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15 from the EWC 16 for Savannah State. Takes the snap. Gibbons back to pass, looking left, throwing, back of the end zone, incomplete. A flag thrown late, however. Flag thrown in the interior of the offensive line. Let's see what this one's going to be.
Well, where the official threw that, he looked like he threw that back where the quarterback was, Josh. I'm wondering if there may have been some sort of roughing on the quarterback there.
Dante LaCorn was on the coverage for Edward Waters, another senior out of Ocala and Vanguard High School.
That was a great throw by that official, Josh. I don't know if you saw that. That was about a good 10-yard throw. That was beautiful.
He might still have some eligibility left. It's going to be a personal foul against EWC. Head coach Greg Ruffin definitely not happy with that call. And that's going to give Savannah State a first down.
You know, one of the things I'm thinking here, Josh, with the fact that they run this option, there will be moments when a run will actually be a pass. And that might have been what happened, is it turned into a pass and they hit him, possibly thinking he still had the ball and it was a run. I'm speculating, but I just know that might be one of the things that pops up during the course of this ball game, and there's going to have to be a great deal of discipline by EWC's defense to make sure they don't get called for those.
First and goal for Savannah State at the 8-yard line of Edward Waters. Gibbons takes the snap, turns, hands to the back. That's Durham. Durham burrows his way to the 5-yard line for a gain of about 3 yards on the play.
D'Angelo Durham averaging 5.3 yards per carry, just about 83 yards shy of 1,000 yards this season. It'll be interesting. Hopefully EWC can keep him from getting to 1,000. I know they'll be trying to get him to 1,000.
Sophomore running back out of Augusta, Georgia. Second and goal from the 5. Gibbons puts the receiver in motion. He'll take the snap. Keeper for Gibbons on the left side. He will easily walk into the end zone for a Savannah State touchdown.
Touchdown, Devon Gibbons for Savannah State.
It's all about assignment football. Assignment football, you got to pay attention. Everyone has to have their responsibility and their man, and all it takes is you looking at the ball and looking at the wrong guy, and all of a sudden he's wide open walking. I don't think he was touched walking into the end zone there.
Giovanni Lugo coming on for the extra point here for the Tigers of Savannah State. Snap, placement, kick, it is up, it is on the way. And it is good. 8:35 remaining first quarter. Savannah State 14. Edward Waters nothing. Let's take a break. Come back with more Edward Waters College football right here on the Black College Sports Network and 1010XL.
A gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs.
The Black College Sports Network is proud to partner with ComputerRatings.com. That's COMPUGHTER ratings.com for the upcoming college football season. ComputerRatings.com delivers rankings.
Back here in Jacksonville, a 14-0 lead for the Tigers of Savannah State University over the Tigers of Edward Waters College. The 26th all-time meeting between these two teams. The first time Savannah State's come to Jacksonville since 1966.
And they're only, an hour and a half away? Shameful.
Yeah, so got to think something could be done about that. Here's the kick. High end over end. Kennard Mahone will take it from the goal line. Across the 5. Gets across the 10. Gets across the 15. Gets up to the 20-yard line. Or short of the 20. And actually, they will give him the 20-yard line before he's hitting stuffed there. You had a interesting Black College score to give us there.
Upset alert.
Uh-oh.
Upset alert. Morgan State going into the start of the fourth quarter, leading North Carolina A&T by a score of 16-13.
Wow.
At one point, they had a 10-0 lead in the second quarter on A&T.
So is Coach Sam Washington thinking, bring me my money?
Well, look, remember, was it last year? This is the team.
Was it last year or was it the year before?
I believe it was last year.
Yeah, that went up
to A&T
and beat them. Snap that streak.
Yeah,
So first and 10 now for Edward Waters. See if they can get on the ball here. Desperately needing to. They'll take up shop at the 20-yard line. There's the pistol formation snap. Hand off to Malik Stevens. Stevens turning the corner on the left side and will find nothing. Might have gotten a gain of a yard on the play. Oh, actually, a half yard on the play, but that not even going to give him that. Got another upset alert. Number 4, Penn State falls to the number 17, Minnesota, 31-26.
Row the boat.
P.J. Fleck with another victory.
Yeah, you can see Penn State running into that thing right there. That's not a surprise, in my opinion.
Here's second down and 10 for Edward Waters from their own 20-yard line. Shotgun formation for Branch. 4-receiver set. Takes the snap. Branch back to pass. Branch looking. Branch throwing. Far side. It is intercepted. Stepping right in front of it, making that interception. Walter Yates, the 6'1", 220-pound sophomore from Gulf Breeze, Florida, with the interception for Savannah State.
And Yates, he read that.
Pass incomplete. Thank you.
Oh, wow. He must have dropped that then, because Yates read that the minute. I mean, there was some good protection there for Branch, but as soon as that ball left Branch's hand, I saw Yates moving to his left. I mean, he was in perfect position for that. I know he'll owe somebody some push-ups on the sideline for dropping that one.
3rd and 10 now for Edward Waters from their own 20-yard line. Shotgun formation for Branch. One back sidecar to his right is Hugie. 4 receiver set, twin receivers to either side of the formation. Savannah State showing blitz, and they back out of it. Takes a snap. Delayed draw. Handoff. Hugie up the gut, still on his feet. 25. Hugie 30. Hugie 35. He'll be cut down at the 36-yard line. Deshaun Hugie with a gain of 16 and a first down for Edward Waters.
He did a great job of slipping out of the initial hit. I thought he was hit and tackled right there at the original line of scrimmage. Did a great job. Big first down, and now that's what the Tigers needed on offense. They needed something to sort of give them some life. Let's see if that did it.
1st and 10 for Edward Waters from their own 36-yard line. Clock runs approaching 7 minutes remaining in this first quarter. All Savannah State at 14-0. Shotgun formation will take the snap. Screen near side pass complete. That is Tiberius Horn. Horn trying to break a tackle, and he might get a gain of about 4 yards on the play out to the 39-yard line. The true sophomore from Miami.
Get down quickly, Horn. Those linemen were coming off that line real fast. But but that's what you need. I mean, you need right now, the offense just needs 4 or 5 yards. Just take whatever the defense gives you right now, because you really need a drive. You need some positive yards, possibly get into Savannah State's territory.
2nd down, we'll call it about 7 for Edward Waters from the 41-yard line. Or the 39-yard line, excuse me. Branch will work from the gun. Deshaun Hugie, the running back sidecar to the left. 3 receivers far side to the right. Single receiver near side to the left. Edward Waters looking at a 4-man front for Savannah State. And it's going to be a false start against Edward Waters. Or delay of game against the Tigers of EWC.
I notice we don't have our 24 or play clocks down on the field, so I guess the officials are keeping all that.
And a timeout appears to be taken by Edward Waters. So a timeout taken by the Tigers. We'll go ahead and we will do the same. 6:05 remaining first quarter. Savannah State 14. Edward Waters nothing. We'll take a break. Come back with more Edward Waters College Football right here on the Black College Sports Network as well as 1010XL.
Black College Sports Network is proud to partner with ComputerRatings.com. That's ComputerTer ratings.com for the upcoming college football season. ComputerRatings.com delivers rankings, game predictions, and statistics for hundreds of professional and collegiate teams. The key feature of ComputerRatings.com is the Versus Sports Simulator, which allows users to simulate any possible matchup and view the predicted scores along with a side-by-side stats analysis. Improve your odds by...
Back here in Jacksonville after the timeout. 6:05 remaining first quarter. Savannah State 14, Edward Waters nothing. Joshua Jackson, Brian Fulford here with you, another broadcast of Tigers football here on the Black College Sports Network in 1010XL. 2nd down and about 12 for the Tigers. Ball will be spotted at the 34-yard line of EWC. Shotgun formation for Branch. Huge to the backside, car to the right. 4 receiver set, twins to either side of the formation. Looking at a 4-man front for Savannah State. He'll take the snap. Branch back to pass. Branch stepping up in the pocket. Branch will be hit, and Branch will be sacked. And Branch actually had a man pushed into the backfield and just ran right into him.
A bit of a delayed blitz there.
Aaron Robinson in on the sack there for the Tigers.
Secondary came in there. You had both safeties coming in. I'm not sure whether Branch saw that coming, but, I mean, he's got to get rid of that ball, or at least have a feel for that blitz coming.
3rd and long for the Tigers of EWC. Ball back up to the 28-yard line of Edward Waters. Tigers needing the 46 of EWC for a first down. Branch in the gun. 4 receiver set, 3 right, single near side to the left. Savannah State in a bit of an amoeba defensive line position. Takes the snap. Back to pass is Branch. Setting up the screen over the middle. Pass is complete, but he is going to be hit and immediately swallowed up in the backfield.
Number 43, Desmond Young, was first on the tackle there for Savannah State.
David Beeks with the reception, but swallowed up for a minimal gain on the play.
Ball up to the 28-yard line, 4th down.
And the Tigers of EWC will be forced to punt again. Angel Sevier on to punt. Last time it got blocked. Here is the snap. Here is the punt. End over end punt this time. He got it away. It will check up at around the 46-yard line. It'll be downed at the 48-yard line of Savannah State, and that is where the Tigers of Savannah State will take up shop, 1st and 10. 4:29 remaining first quarter. Savannah State 14, Edward Waters nothing. Again, this is the final home contest of the 2019 season for the Tigers of Edward Waters College. Next week, EWC will hit the road to end the 2019 season as they will take on the Panthers of Prairie View A&M University over in Texas, just outside of Houston, Texas. Log on to EWCTigerPride.com for broadcast information as we make the trip over to Texas. It'll be a 3 o'clock p.m. kick. We'll take the snap here for Savannah State. Hand off to the back. He is hit and tripped up after a gain of a yard on the play. D'Angelo Durham was the ball carrier.
Durham on the carry for Savannah State.
And appeared to be Darian Hall on the stop for EWC.
Hall on the tackle for Edward
Gain of a yard on the play. Or gain of 2 on the play. 2nd and 8 at midfield for Savannah State. Gibbons will work from the gun. 2 backs in the backfield. Takes the snap. And a keeper for Gibbons. Gibbons pitches to the back over the far side, and he's got room to the 40. Outside the numbers, 35 to the 30, and goes out of bounds on the option pitch and gets inside, further inside Tiger territory as they will spot the football at the 36-yard line. Was there a flag on the play?
I think there might have been, as I'm seeing everyone coming back. I don't know. I don't see any laundry on the field, though.
Major Bellamy, the ball carrier. There is a flag at the 40-yard line. So Major Bellamy on the carry on the option pitch. And it's going to be a hold against Savannah State. It'll cost them 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Put the ball back to the 50-yard line. It'll be 2nd down from there.
Ball back to the 50-yard line.
So basically we'll just do it again. It's 2nd down and 8.
2nd down, 8 yards to go for a 1st down for Savannah State.
3:35 and counting. First quarter, 14-0 Savannah State on top. Empty backfield here for the quarterback in Gibbons. Puts a receiver in motion. Takes the snap. Hand off. He's looking to throw. Looking to throw. He will take a shot. Deep. This one is incomplete. It was underthrown.
Well, he slipped. He slipped. Initially, when he was going to throw, his plant foot slipped, and he tried to gather. Actually, he had time to gather himself and still throw the ball, but he was still off balance.
Major Bellamy looking to take a shot downfield to a Dante Devereaux. It falls incomplete, but the closest person to picking that one off was EWC's Darian Hall. Break up a 3rd down and 8 now for the Tigers of Savannah State from the 50-yard line.
That's one of those plays, Josh, that you really wish. I know the DB wishes he could have gathered himself and gone after that, because that was just a jump ball.
Puts a receiver in motion, takes a snap. Gibbons fakes the handoff, looking, throwing over the middle. Pass is complete at the 40-yard line. Will be a 1st down for Savannah State.
Gibbons pass to number 84.
Pass complete to Cameron White, the 6'4", 195-pound graduate transfer from Atlanta, Georgia, and Lithonia High School. The 1st down for Savannah State.
Although Savannah State is running this triple option out of the shotgun, they spent the last 2 years, and Gibbons spent the last 2 years in a spread offense. That's what they were running the previous 2 years. So, there's comfortability here when you see him in that position, in that shotgun, and just simply turn and throw.
1st and 10 for Savannah State from the Edward Waters 40-yard line. Gibbons puts a man out of the backfield. Will take the snap. Handoff to the back, up the gut. That's Durham. Durham pushing his way inside the 35. Pyle still pushing close to the 1st down. Be 2 yards short of it, as he'll be hit and cut down at around the 43-yard line of EWC. D'Angelo Durham on the carry, coming closer to 1,000 yards in his tremendous sophomore season. 2nd down and a long 2 from around the 33, 32-yard line. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers set. Now put a receiver in motion. He'll take the snap. Hand off to Durham. Durham is going to be hit at the line, pushes his way across the line to gain, and gets the 1st down out to the 30-yard line. Cedric Lewis in on the stop, but a gain of 2 and a 1st down for the Tigers of Savannah State. 148, 147 remaining first quarter, 14-0 visitors on top.
And, Savannah State is perfectly fine just picking up 3-4 yards a carry. Eventually, they feel comfortable enough that they will break a long run because of the nature of this offense.
1:30 remaining first quarter. 14-0 Savannah State with the lead. Shotgun formation. Single receivers either side of the formation. Takes a low snap. Back to pass. Looking, throwing, far side. It is incomplete. Threw it over the head of his intended receiver. That being Cameron White. Falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
Jaron Wilson came real close to picking up a sack. Almost got close to hitting Gibbons in the back there. But, smartly he laid up because he could have taken an extra step or two. This day and age, though, that probably would have been a flag. Can't hit the quarterback like that, like you used to be able to.
Second down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Shotgun formation for Gibbons. Takes the snap. Hand off to Durham. Turning the corner left side. Still on his feet. He'll be hit, cut down after a gain of about 3 yards on the play. Out to around the 27-yard line.
I got to imagine this is two-down territory here. So even though it's third and, what do you say, about maybe 5 or 6?
About 6.
Yeah, there's still, I'd be surprised if they don't go for it if there's a fourth down, given where they're at.
Out to the 26-yard line. Shotgun formation. One backside car to the left is Durham. 3 receiver set. 2 right, single far side left. Takes the snap. Hand off. Durham runs into a pile. Comes over here to the right side now, trying to turn the corner and has got room. 20 inside the 20. They'll have the first down inside the 20 at the 17-yard line.
A couple of missed tackles there, but when he got stopped or when he ran into the offensive line, there was no extra help by anyone in a purple jersey to clean up.
Second and 10 at the 18-yard line. First and 10, at the 18-yard line of Edward Waters for Savannah State. Clock runs with 15 seconds remaining first quarter. Gibbons will take the snap. Keeper for Gibbons. Gibbons pitches to the back on the left side now. 10-5. Touchdown Savannah State. Major Bellamy into the end zone on the option pitch, and it's another touchdown for Savannah State.
Jonte Baker, number 10 for Savannah State, with the key block downfield that allowed that touchdown, or at least allowed him to be able to walk into the end zone. And again, who was covering the pitch man? There was nobody there to cover the man on the pitch, and the person, receiving the pitch wasn't covered.
Giovanni Lugo on for the extra point. That was actually the final play of the first quarter. This extra point is up, and it is good. End of the first quarter here from Jacksonville. Savannah State 21, Edward Waters nothing. We'll take a break. Come back with more Edward Waters College football right here on the Black College Sports Network and 1010XL.
Can one girl in a small town, an architect in a major city, and a suburban high school coach shape the future of the United States? Yes, they can. Because every 10 years, the census gives us that power. You can shape your future by responding to the 2020 census. Where do we need new roads to make our lives easier? Where will new school programs help our children thrive? Where could a new health clinic benefit neighborhoods? The 2020 census will inform these decisions and shape how billions of dollars will be distributed to communities like yours each year. And in 2020, you can respond to the census online, by phone, or by mail. It's easy, safe, and important. Make sure you and everyone you know is counted. Now is the time for you to get involved. Your community needs you. Together, we can educate and excite, inspire, and make sure.
Just about to start the second quarter here from Jacksonville. One to forget for EWC, 21-0. The score, Savannah State on top of Edward Waters. Joshua Jackson, Brian Fulford here with you from First Coast High School, the Shipyard over here in Ocean Way. It'll actually be the final final contest that EWC will ever play away from the Kings Road campus, as next year will open the $4+ million Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium on the campus of Edward Waters College. Definitely excited about that. It'll be the 70th year of Edward Waters College football as a varsity sport, as well as the 20th year since the rebirth of the EWC football program. Giovanni Lugo approaches. Here's the right to left kick to begin the second quarter of play. It'll be a short kick. Boogie Mahone will take it from the 16-yard line. Get it up to the 20, to the 25, avoids a man to the 30, 35, spins its way to the 36, 37-yard line. And actually mark him at the 35, and that is where Edward Waters will take up shop, 1st and 10. A rough start for EWC in that first quarter of play. Just 15 yards of total offense there in that first quarter of play.
Yeah, 2 interceptions, 1 fumble, 14 points scored off of those 2 turnovers, and there's your key to the game right there so far.
Rashard Branch just 2 of 6 passing for 3 yards and an interception in that first quarter of play. 1st and 10 for Edward Waters. They'll take up shop from their own 35-yard line. They'll move from left to right. They'll line up in the pistol with UG right behind Branch. Movement along the line of scrimmage will be a false start against Edward Waters.
Penalty thrown at the
The third penalty of the afternoon against EWC for now 18 yards. They'll back them up to the 30-yard line. It just seems like EWC is kind of spinning their wheels right now offensively.
Yeah, the offense is just not looking very fluid right now.
Takes the snap, turn, hand, Hugie up the gut, gets a gain of maybe 2 on the play. Out to the 32-yard line.
For Edward Waters, pickup of about 2 yards, ball the 32-yard line.
It'll be 2nd down and about 13 from there.
Number 58, Damian Rogers, there on that tackle for Savannah State.
Here's 2nd down and 13 from the 32. He'll stay in the pistol. Twin receivers split out near side to the right. He'll take the snap. Hand off to one of the up backs. He runs into a white wall and will get nothing, maybe even lose a yard. Up all the way back to the 31-yard line. Nothing working right now for this EWC offense.
Tackle on the play, Cam Brown for Savannah
Cam Brown in on the stop.
Loss of 2 on the play.
Actually, said a loss of 2 on the play. Ball is back to now the 30-yard line. Be 3rd and 15 from there. .13:40 remaining first half. 21-0 Savannah State with the lead, and head coach Greg Ruffin will call a timeout.
Timeout, Edward Waters.
So head coach Greg Ruffin calls a timeout. We'll actually go ahead and do the same. 13:36 remaining here until halftime. Savannah State 21, Edward Waters nothing. Let's take a break. Come back with more Tiger football after this here on the Black College Sports Network and 1010XL.
The Wingstop location.
Now, you can live in Texas and not have a good red meat blend. Texas Cowboy Dust is designed for steak and other red meats. It's out to be my most popular spice blend, made with onions, peppers, ground mushrooms, pink salt, and other spices. Texas Cowboy Dust also goes great with chicken, pork, vegetables, and adds a restaurant-quality sheen to gravies and sauces.
Let's face it, shopping for insurance can be time-consuming. That's why when it comes to your auto...
Back here in Jacksonville, 21-0 our score. Savannah State on top, 13:36 remaining here into this second quarter of play. Joshua Jackson, Brian Fulford here with you. The broadcast of Edward Waters College Football here on the Black College Sports Network and at 1010XL. Fans, EWC basketball season is in full gear now. As the EWC men's and women's basketball teams will be in action next Wednesday at 6 and 8 o'clock p.m. in a doubleheader against Morris College. Next Wednesday, November 13th at the Adams Jenkins Community Sports and Music Complex. 3rd and 15 for the Tigers from their own 30-yard line. They'll take the snap. Branch back to pass. Stepping up in the pocket. Throwing near side. It is incomplete. Out route flag is going to get thrown. This is going to be a late hit against Savannah State.
Incomplete pass, Branch.
And Branch is still on the ground.
Yeah,
writhing in pain.
And they're calling for medical staff to come over.
Head athletic trainer Larry Bell coming on. Branch hops up. He's definitely favoring that right leg. So personal foul, roughing the passer penalty against Savannah State will cost them 15, and it will keep the drive alive for Edward Waters.
Called against Savannah State.
Well, Savannah State is they're their own worst enemy as well right now. Just the difference in this ball game is their mistakes aren't leading to points for the other team, whereas Edward Waters' mistakes have led to points for Savannah State.
1st and 10 now for Edward Waters. Ball will get moved out to the 45-yard line of EWC. Braden Miner comes in the game at quarterback for Edward Waters, the freshman quarterback, 6 foot, 180 pounds, out of Nampa, Idaho, and Nampa High School. Who started a couple games this season before giving way back to Rashard Branch.
Brandon Meyer. Correction, Braden Miner for Edward
1st and 10 for the Tigers from their own 45-yard line. 4-receiver set, twin receivers to either side of the formation. Huge at the backside, guard to the right. He'll take the snap. Here comes Savannah State with the blitz. Pass complete, and he absorbs a huge hit. Pass complete to Hugie, but a big play made by Brian Roberts on the stop, the Jacksonville native.
Roberts on the tackle again.
And a transfer from UMass. A loss of a yard on the play.
Yeah, he timed that up just right.
Loss of 1 on the play, ball down at the 44-yard line.
Miner stays in the game at quarterback for EWC as Branch is under the EWC medical tent.
Yeah, given the blitz by Savannah State on that last possession, that was the only play that Miner had time to make.
2nd and 11 now for Edward Waters from the 44-yard line of EWC. 2:44, 2:43 remaining here. First half. Savannah State on top 21-0. Shotgun formation for Branch. As we have a stop and play. And a timeout taken by head coach Greg Ruffin and EWC. So EWC right now out of timeouts for the remainder of this first half of play. Well, Brian, last night we saw some EWC men's and women's basketball as the EWC men's and women's basketball teams took on Florida Memorial. Edward Waters took home a victory on the women's side, and they actually set a new program record for best start to a season at now 5-0, while head coach Fred Summers and the Tigers got a bit of a slow start, tried to come back late in the end camp, just short against Florida Memorial. They even their record to 1-1. But some good basketball we saw last night at the Adams Jenkins Community Sports and Music Complex.
Definitely some good basketball. Great atmosphere on a Friday night. The weather was a little cold, a little wet, but still a good crowd that came out. I mean, the Lady Tigers, I mean, they are fun to watch. I mean, they are definitely worth the price of admission. Great up-tempo offense, play some great defense. That was a fun ball game. Hey, and the men did a great job of getting back in that ball game at the end.
Here's the snap to Miner. Sets up the screen over the middle pass. It's complete. Quinlan Bisbee. Bisbee at the 50. Bisbee upended at around the 45-yard line. It will be enough for an EWC first down.
Yeah, there you go. And that's what the offense needed. The offense needed something. I think that's just the second first down. Yeah, just the second first down of the ball game for the offense. But they needed that one. If Savannah State is going to bring the pressure like that, then you've got to be able to hit them with those screens like that.
1st and 10 for Edward Waters at the 45-yard line of Savannah State. First time that Edward Waters has been in Savannah State territory this afternoon. Miner takes a snap. Back to pass. Rolls over to the right side now. Will just throw the ball away. Quarterback pressure from the back end by Aaron Robinson, the junior, 6'4", 235 from Stockbridge, Georgia, on the quarterback pressure for Savannah State.
Did a good job of throwing that away. You know, he was very close to holding on to that just a second too long, which would have resulted in a sack or worse, a fumble. Did a great job of getting rid of it.
2nd and 10 now for Edward Waters from the Savannah State 45-yard line as we get our first look offensively this afternoon at senior tight end in Matthew Wilkerson. He's one of 10 seniors who will be honored this afternoon. Shotgun formation for Miner. Huge to the backside, caller to the right. Single receivers to either side of the formation. Will take the snap. Back to pass. Miner rolling over to the right side now. Miner looking. Miner will throw the ball away. No one seeming to get open for Edward Waters, and it brings up a 3rd and 10 now for EWC.
Good safe decision right there by Miner. Throw it away. Don't take a loss. Remember, you're still in Savannah State territory. I don't know, Josh, if this is necessarily a 2-down situation, or maybe, if you don't get the first down, you just kind of punt it, try to put it into the corner.
Here's 3rd and 10 now for Edward Waters from the 45-yard line of Savannah State. Minor will work from the gun. Minor the back, Huge the back, sidecar to the right. Single receivers to either side of the formation. 11:45 remaining here in this first half, and a one to forget for EWC, 21-0. Down to Savannah State. Takes the snap. Back to pass is Minor. Minor stepping up in the pocket. Minor throwing near side. It's incomplete, intercepted at the 40-yard line. Looking for a block. Trying to turn the corner on the right side. And he's got all kind of room. 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. No one's going to catch him. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Adorian Beach with the interception and the touchdown for Savannah State.
Interception by Adorian Beach for Savannah State. Touchdown.
Yeah, that was a great read by Beach.
For the Tigers of Savannah State.
And then defense did a good job of becoming offensive blockers. Another turnover. That's 21 points now off of turnovers for Savannah State.
Giovanni Lugo on for the extra point here for Savannah State. Snap, spot, kick. It is up. It's on the way. And it is good. 11:27 remaining first half. Rough one here on the north side for the home team. Savannah State 28. Edward Waters nothing. Let's take a break. Come back with more Edward Waters College Football right here on the Black College Sports Network and 1010XL.
Let's face it, shopping for insurance can be time consuming. That's why when it comes to your auto, home, and life insurance needs, make things simple and trust the experts at Allstate. They will help you get the coverage that fits your needs while helping you bundle your life, home, and auto policies. Bundling saves you money, sure, but it also saves you time, so you can enjoy the things that matter most even more. Contact me, Tammy Haynes, your local agent, for a free personalized insurance quote. Allstate.
An interception return for a touchdown for Dorian Beach from Savannah State. Extends the Tigers of Savannah State lead to 28-0 over the Tigers of Edward Waters College, and the final regular season home game for the Tigers of EWC. Giovanni Lugo on to kick. Here is the right to left kick. It is high, end over end. Mahone will watch it bounce, and it will go out of bounds. And with a penalty against Savannah State, put the ball at the 35-yard line.
Well, Josh, EWC's been in this situation before, or they've been in situations like this before, down by multiple scores, and they've, in each of those situations, as I recall, they have found a way to either get back in the ball game or make it competitive. So I'm looking to see if the offense can sort of gather themselves now, and plenty of time left in the second quarter, and let's see if they can put together a drive or two. This one, you need a long drive here.
All touchdowns are sponsored by Wingstop. Join us each Wednesday at 2 p.m. for live taping of the
Braden Minor
Ruffin Show at the Wingstop location.
Jogging onto the field. Still in at quarterback for EWC. First and 10 for the Tigers from their own 35-yard line after the penalty. Malik Stevens, the running back, sidecar to the left of Minor. Three receiver set, two right, single far side to the left. First and 10 from the 35. Minor will take the snap. Handoff to Stevens. Trying to turn the corner. Has got room to the 40. Flag is thrown at the 44-yard line. A gain of 9. But looks like this one's going to be coming back.
Oh, man.
Edward Waters. Penalty at the 35-yard line.
And that was a good hard run, too. Especially going off tackle, going around the corner there.
So the 10-yard holding penalty will push EWC back to the 25-yard line and make it first and 20 from there. Just a nightmarish first half here for EWC.
The second quarter is where Savannah State has nearly doubled up most of their opponents. They've outscored opponents 91-37 in the second quarter.
First and 20 for Edward Waters from the 25-yard line of EWC. And still some confusion for Edward Waters. Rashard Branch back in the game at quarterback for EWC. And the 5-yard delay of game penalty has been thrown.
I noticed they made a quarterback change there as Branch came in.
Edward Waters. That 5-yard penalty will take the ball back to
Now
the
1st and 25 now for Edward Waters. From their own 20-yard line. Branch in the gun, Hugie the backside, guard to his right. 4 receiver set. Takes the snap. Delay draw, handoff, Hugie. Actually, you keep it for Branch. Branch throws a little pass, complete to Hugie. Hugie gets up to the 35-yard line. And he'll get a gain of about 15. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Make it 2nd and 10 from there.
2nd and 10 for
Good pickup on first down. Good pickup. Good throw by Branch. Still appears to be limping a bit.
It seems like the only thing that's been working for EWC offensively has just been those screens and draws. Just really not able to get anything consistently down the field. But 2nd and 10 now for the Tigers of EWC from their own 35. They'll take the snap. Handoff. Hugie turning the corner. He runs into a man or runs into another one, and he finally goes down after a gain of 3 yards. Another flag thrown. Flag thrown after the play as a couple of players jawing with each other as Tyquan Cooper was having a conversation with Kenneth Singleton Jr.
Conversation, huh?
It'll be a personal foul penalty, hands to the face against Savannah State. That'll cost them 15 and a first down for the Tigers. Put the ball at midfield.
First down, Tigers.
Take advantage of their aggressiveness. If they want to be overly aggressive and make those kind of mistakes, EWC's offense needs to take advantage of it.
Actually moves the ball to the 47-yard line of Savannah State. Only the 2nd time this afternoon. And Edward Waters has been in Savannah State territory. 9:40 remaining here until halftime. 28-0. Savannah State with the lead. Branch, as you said, Brian, still limping a bit, but he gets to his position. 1st and 10 from the 47. He'll work from the gun. Hugie the backside, car to his left. They go 4 wide now. Twin receivers on the side of the formation. Now Hugie flips. Becomes sidecar to the right. Hugie takes the snap. Handoff to Hugie. Turning the corner. Left side, 40, 35. He's cut down at the 35-yard line. Deshaun Hugie gets a gain of about 13 and a first down for EWC. Move those chains.
Nice block downfield by Nylander Granville.
Ball be spotted at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 for EWC at the 34-yard line of Savannah State. 8:50 remaining until halftime. 28-0 our score. Savannah State with the lead. Stick around for the Kelly Tours halftime report from this first half. Stats, facts, and figures from this first half with myself and Brian Fulford. It's 1st and 10 for EWC at the 34 of Savannah State. Branch takes the snap. Handoff. Hugie spins off of the tackle. Goes forward, gets to the 30-yard line. Gets a gain of about 4 or 5 yards there on first down.
The spin move allowed him to pick up an extra 2 yards, and this is a good drive. Nice and steady drive right now by the offense. Got to keep this thing going.
2nd down, we'll call it 6 at the 30-yard line. 8:05 remaining first quarter. Pistol formation for EWC. 3 receiver set. Movement along the line of scrimmage. Tigers snap the football. What's this going to be, false start or offside?
I think that's going to be on the defense.
Couple of flags thrown there. And Tigers are walking forward. It's going to be an offside. Neutral zone infraction against Savannah State.
Flag on the play. Offside.
Gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down and a yard. It's about the ball of the 25-yard line. 2nd and 1 from there. 7:57 remaining first half. Pistol formation for Edward Waters. 3 receiver set. 2 right, single near side to the left. Savannah State showing blitz, and here they come with the takes a snap. Handoff. Hugie up the gut. Hugie up the gut. He gets into the end zone. Touchdown EWC. 24-yard rushing touchdown for Deshaun Hugie.
That was a great run and some great blocking up front by the offensive line. Give those guys some credit.
Tigers on the scoreboard.
Edward Waters getting on to the scoreboard with a 24-yard rushing touchdown for Deshaun Hugie. Tigers looking to make this now a 3-score game. EWC looking to get one more person on the field goal protection unit. They're having a hard time getting set. But up the gut goes Deshaun Hugie into the end zone for the touchdown. For Hugie, his team-leading 6th rushing touchdown of the season. Snap, spot, the extra point's blocked. And Branch will just throw the ball away. It came right up the gut, blocked the football. 7:35 remaining here until halftime. Savannah State 28, Edward Waters 6. There is a flag on the play. Intentional grounding the call against EWC. So intentional grounding the call against Edward Waters. That'll be tacked onto the penalty was declined. And we'll take a break. 7:35 remaining here until halftime. Savannah State 28, Edward Waters 6. Back with more Tiger football after this on the Black College Sports Network and 1010XL.
Wherever you've been, whatever you've been through, we have a warm welcome waiting for you at more than 325 hotels around the world. Book today at DoubleTree.com. DoubleTree by Hilton.
24-yard rushing touchdown for Deshaun Hugie puts Edward Waters on the board. Here's the kick from Angel Sevier. It will go into the end zone for a touchback. The 6th rushing touchdown for the true freshman from Flagler Palm Coast High School. Extra point was blocked. 7:35 remaining until halftime. 28-6 our score. Savannah State with the lead.
Got some scores for you, Josh.
Hit me.
All right, upset alert. Morgan State 22, North Carolina A&T 13, 3:15 to play in the ball game.
It'll be a huge win for Tyrone Wheatley in his first season at the helm of the Morgan State program. They gave Florida A&M a scare a couple of weeks ago up in Baltimore. 1st and 10 for Savannah State out to the 25-yard line. Gibbons will work from the gun. He'll take the snap. Hand off to the back, turn the corner right side. He's got room right up the gut. 40, 45, midfield, 45 to the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. He's gone. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Savannah State. There is a flag at the line of scrimmage, however.
This will be interesting.
That would have been a 75-yard touchdown for Durham, and it's going to come back as a little hold.
Wow, 75-yard run, take it off the board.
Which would have taken him over 1,000 yards on the season.
Yes, it would have.
But
just the speed, the pull. Did you see the pull speed?
Yeah.
I'm just watching. I'm thinking somebody fall. Just somebody trip. Dive, get in the way, make him have to hurdle you. Nobody did that.
But luckily for Edward Waters, the yellow hanky thrown on the field. And it cost Savannah State 10 yards as a result of the holding penalty.
10-yard penalty for holding against Savannah State. Ball goes back to the...
Got a final for you, Josh, in a big CIAA matchup. Shaw 24, St. Augustine 21, which means if Winston-Salem State beats Fayetteville State, Shaw will go on to the CIAA championship game.
1st and 20 for Savannah State after the penalty. He'll take the snap. Hand off to the back up the gut. Jalen Thomas closes the door quickly. On the short gain of about 2 yards on the carry for Savannah State. Durham the ball carrier. Short gain on the play. 2nd down and about 18. Out to the 17-yard line. Under 7 minutes remaining until halftime. 28-6 our score. Savannah State with the lead. Gibbons in the gun. One backside, guard to his right, 3 receiver set. He'll take the snap. Back the head off screen. Far side pass is complete. Tigers have that one hemmed in for a bit, pushing him out of bounds. There was a Naj Carter with the reception. Jalen Thomas on the stop for EWC. Another short gain on the play.
This is a big 3rd down right here. Good opportunity for the defense to get off the field after giving up that long touchdown run that was called back.
3rd and 15 now for Savannah State from the Tigers of Savannah State, 20-yard line. Tiger offense looking at that offensive brain trust over on that far side. They're working an empty backfield here. 4 receivers set, tight end wing to the left. 3rd and 15 from the 20. Takes a snap. Back to pass, looking, throwing, tip up in the air, and intercepted.
Great job.
Tigers have got it. Cameron McLean with the interception for EWC.
Nice job by the defensive line getting their hands up to force that deflection. And, hey, a great job by the defenders. Great tip drill. That's why you run that drill.
Cameron McLean, the sophomore defensive back from Graceville, Florida, Graceville High School with the interception, his first of the season. And the Tigers will take up shop 1st and 10 at the Savannah State 30-yard line. 5:57 remaining here, and at this first half, Edward Waters trailing 28-6. Tiger offense back on the field. Shotgun formation for Branch. Huge to the backside, Carr to his left. 4 receivers set. He'll take the snap. Back to passes Branch. Free play. Throwing. Looks for a man open. Beats. Lead out and completes. Flag was thrown at the line of scrimmage. This might have been a free play for EWC. It might be an offside against Savannah State, but we'll check the flag. It is an offside against Savannah State.
Yeah.
So offside against the Tigers of Savannah State will cost them 5 yards, but a wide open David Beeks could not get his mitts on the ball for what would have been an easy touchdown. But the 5-yard penalty helps EWC, keeps the drive alive. It'll be 1st and 5 at the 24-yard line. 5:50 remaining until halftime. 28-6 our score. Savannah State with the lead.
I told you, Josh, we've been here before.
Yes,
we've
have.
seen momentum shift all of a sudden, and Savannah State's playing right into it with the mistakes that they continually seem to be making. Unforced errors, as I like to call them.
Shotgun formation for Branch. Huge to the backside, Carl left. Puts a receiver in motion. He'll take the snap. Hand off to Hughie, trying to turn the corner over here on the right side. He'll be hit and slung down from behind. He's making the stop for Savannah State was Christopher Smith, another Florida native from Miami Norland High School, the linebacker on the stop for Savannah State. Loss of a couple on the play, backs up to the 27-yard line. And make it 2nd down and 7 from there.
2nd down and 7 for a first down for the Tigers.
Savannah State gets the ball to start the second half of play. 2nd and 7 for Edward Waters. Branch will take the snap. Hand off to the SB. Keeper for Branch. He is hit, and he is destroyed in the backfield.
What a hit.
Some miscommunication in the backfield. And coming in to lay a huge hit for Savannah State was Cam Brown.
Wow.
6'3", 275-pound defensive tackle from Monroe, Georgia. The ball backed up to the original line of scrimmage, the 29-yard line of Savannah State.
Ball back to the 29-yard line in Savannah State territory.
3rd and 10 for Edward Waters. 4:43 remaining until halftime. 28-6 our score. Branch will work from the gun. Huge to the backside, Carr to the right. 4 receiver set, 3 left, single to the near side right. He'll take the snap. Back to passes, Branch. Branch looking to the left. Branch looking, he will throw. Passes incomplete.
Why is Wilkerson running to him? That's where Wilkerson, if Wilkerson runs away from him, now Branch is either going to continue running or he's going to put that ball out ahead of Wilkerson.
Here's now 4th and 10 now for Edward Waters. From the 29-yard line, trying to capitalize on an interception from Cameron McLean. Tiger offense still trying to get something set here. EWC out of timeouts. Shotgun formation for Branch. 4 wide. Huge to the backside, Carr to the right. Amoeba defensive look for Savannah State. Branch takes the snap, whistles blown, and we have
Whistle stop the play.
False start. I think the wide receiver at the top far side over by Savannah State sideline jumped early.
So it'll cost Edward Waters 5, and it will back it up to the 34-yard line to make it 4th and 15.
Penalty against Edward Waters. Ball moved back to the 34-yard
4th and 15 for Edward Waters from the 34-yard line of Savannah State. Branch in the gun, takes the snap. Back to pass is Branch. Stepping up in the pocket, Branch will be hit, and he will be sacked. Hit and sacked. Aaron Robinson on the sack for Savannah State.
I don't think Branch had the mobility to get away from that. I'm just looking at the way he's moving, Josh, I don't think he could, he tried to step up in the pocket, and normally, he has the kind of speed and athleticism that he probably would have taken off or at least cleared that gap that was there, but his limited mobility caught up with him on that play.
Savannah State offense back on the field. The turnover did not hurt them. And they take over 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. 4:16 remaining until halftime. 28-6 our score. Savannah State with the lead. Gibbons working from a modified pistol. Takes the snap. Handoff to the back, up the gut, runs into a purple wall and slung back. Cedric Lewis making first contact for EWC on the tackle.
Durham on the carry for Savannah State.
D'Angelo Durham, the ball carrier, gain of maybe 2-3 yards on the play out to the 41-yard line.
Pick up close to 3. Ball will be at the 39-yard
Shotgun
line.
formation for Gibbons. One back sidecar left. 3 receiver set. Puts a receiver in motion. He'll take the snap. And off a keeper for Gibbons. Gibbons is going to be hit and brought down by Jalen Thomas, but not after a gain. About 3-4 yards on the play. Across the 40 out to the 42-yard line.
Still an opportunity for Edward Waters to get points on the board if the defense can get Savannah State's offense off the field here on 3rd down.
3rd and 5 from the 42.
3rd down, 5 yards to go for a first down.
Gibbons
of Savannah State.
In a full house backfield. Single receivers to the side of the formation. He'll take the snap. Keeper for Gibbons. Option look. Turn the corner on the right side. He will have the first down as he's tripped up across midfield out to the 49-yard line of Edward Waters.
Somebody's got to have the assignment and be able to hit the quarterback. Somebody has the quarterback. Somebody has the running back.
1st and 10 for Savannah State. Out to the EWC 48-yard line. Shotgun formation for Gibbons. Will take the snap. Handoff. Durham turning the corner here on the right side. Stiff arms a man. Flag is thrown. 40, 35, 30, 25. Finally shoved down by Cameron McClain. There is a flag. This was likely going to be coming back as a result of a hold.
6-yard line.
But D'Angelo Durham, he showed the strength on that play to stiff arm a man, get to the outside, and show even more speed to this near side left.
And if you count this run and the other one that was returned, Josh, that's 100 yards by Durham that has been called back on 2 holding penalties. 100 yards on two plays called back.
The holding penalty against Savannah State will cost them 10 yards. Wipe off the
10-yard penalty. Takes the ball
carry.
back to the 42-yard
Takes the ball back to the 42-yard line. As we have a stop and play. And an injured Tiger over here on the EWC sideline. It's Jalen Thomas.
There's no stat for missed yardage. Is there? I don't know. I don't even know what to call that stat, but there should be a stat on yards blown by offensive holding.
So a timeout on the field as they attend to Jalen Thomas again. This is the final regular season home game for Edward Waters as the Tigers will be saying goodbye to 10 seniors who've had great years here at EWC.
EWC Tiger Pride.
Those seniors this afternoon being Dante LaCorn, the defensive back, another defensive back, Gianni Narcisse, linebacker Cedric Lewis, fullback Jared Hagan, Defensive tackle Antonio Gamble. Offensive lineman Jarius Joyce. Offensive lineman Nyquil Alexander. Wide receiver David Beeks. Tight end and defensive lineman Matthew Wilkerson. And defensive back Kennard Mahone. Those 10 seniors playing their final regular season home game here for Edward Waters. So Jalen Thomas comes off the field under his own power. Looks like he's going to be okay. It'll be 1st and 20 after the penalty. The ball is back up to the 42-yard line of Savannah State. Shotgun formation for Gibbons. Puts a receiver in motion. He'll take the snap. Fake the handoff. Option look. Coming over here to the near side is Gibbons. Gibbons is going to be hit and brought down as he got to the 50-yard line for a gain of about 8 yards there on first down. He's 2nd and 12 from midfield. 2:03 remaining until halftime. 28-6 our score. Savannah State with the lead. Shotgun formation for Gibbons. One backside car to his left. 3 receiver set. Now puts a receiver in motion. Takes the snap. Option look again. Coming over to the near side right. It's got room. 40, 35, 30, 25 to the 20, and cut down inside the 20-yard line and down to the 17-yard line.
And that was all set up by the blocking downfield for Savannah State.
Mahone on the tackle.
Kennard Mahone on the stop, but it's another first down for Savannah State. The Tigers back in the EWC red zone. The clock winds with 1:30 left to go here until halftime. A 28-6 ball game in favor of the visitors from Savannah.
Ball spotted at the 18-yard line in Edward Waters.
Rear receiver set 2 right, single near side to the left. Puts a receiver in motion. He calls for the snap and will take it. Hand off to the back. That is Durham. Durham up the gut. He is hit and swallowed up inside the 15 and down to around the 13-yard line.
Inside the 15-yard line to about the 13.
That'll keep the clock moving with 108, 107, 106 remaining until halftime.
Cedric Lewis on the tackle.
And Josh, that was one of the things that all the way back at media days, SIC media days, that I thought would be interesting is how teams react to this triple option.
Hand off to the back. That is Durham. Durham leads inside the 10. He goes down at the 8-yard line. It'll be second. It'll be about 3rd down and short. As we have a timeout on the field. Timeout taken by Savannah State. Timeout taken by the Tigers of Savannah State. Out to around the 9-yard line. With 44 seconds remaining until halftime. 28-6 our score. Well, Brian, you said we've been here before. Well, the DWC football team making it a bit of a cardiac situation a few times this year. This is a heck of a mountain to climb right now, down 22 points at home.
This is a little bit different than what you normally have to deal with because it's hard to practice against this. I mean, even with the numbers that Edward Waters has on the roster, unless you have a player that's run this triple option in high school, it's really hard to replicate this, and you only see it once. There's nobody else in the conference, or there's nobody else on your schedule, most likely, that's running this. And so it instantly puts Savannah State in an advantage and puts the opposing team in a disadvantage in having to deal with this.
3rd down and a yard from around the 9-yard line. Gibbons will take the snap. Jet sweep. Keep for Gibbons, and Gibbons is hit and brought down to the backfield. Jaron Wilson on the stop. Ball's going to be backed up to the 10, 11-yard line. It'll be 4th down and about 3. And another timeout taken by Sean Quinn. Now 29 seconds remaining until halftime.
Tackle for Edward Waters.
Good assignment tackling there by Edward Waters. Well, Josh, are you ready? We've got some this is upset Saturday, right? It already is. We've already seen it happen in Minnesota, and it happened up in Baltimore, Maryland, as Morgan State has knocked off North Carolina A&T. Final score, 22-16.
So what does that do for the MEAC in terms of who's going to end up going to the Celebration Bowl?
Well, one, it definitely puts Bethune-Cookman in a positive situation.
Yeah, whatever.
It opens the door back up for South Carolina State. It's chaos. I thought chaos was going to come next week when North Carolina A&T and Bethune played, but now chaos is here on the doorstep thanks to Morgan State.
If this is your first time hearing an Edward Waters broadcast, you know I'm a graduate of Florida A&M. It's the 4th and goal. Gibbons back in the pocket. Now rolls over to the right side now. Gibbons looking. Gibbons avoids a man. He'll be hit, and he'll be brought down short. It's going to be a turnover on downs there for EWC, for Savannah State, excuse me.
Good coverage on the far side by the defensive backs, because I think that's where Gibbons wanted to go with the pass. And I don't know whether, you had both receivers actually running a corner route, and I don't think that was necessarily the design. I got to imagine maybe one receiver was supposed to go corner and possibly another was supposed to go corner post. Either way.
Well, the clock continued to run. It showed zeros now on the scoreboard. It just changed it now. 2:20 seconds remaining until halftime. If you're head coach Greg Ruffin, you got to think discretion the better part of valor. Just take a knee, go into the halftime locker room, and regroup here for the second half.
And you said Savannah State gets the ball coming out to start the second half.
True.
Yeah, well, hey, that's a good defensive stop. You're able to not give up any more points. And like I said, we've seen momentum. We've been here before. But yeah, I agree with you on that one, Josh. Take a knee, go to the locker room, and get set up for the second half.
Set the game clock to 21 seconds. 21 seconds on the play clock. And we're set to go. Ranch will crouch under center. He'll take the knee. And it's halftime here.
Branch takes the knee to
It'll be halftime, and we'll get set for our Senior Day festivities here in Jacksonville. So we'll go ahead and we'll take a timeout at the break here in Jacksonville.
Majesty is a premium health and wellness tea line focused on bringing delicious yet healthy tea blends to the community. Filled with an abundance of vitamins and antioxidants, we work to blend teas with exotic spices and fruits to produce scrumptious and wholesome beverages. So check us out at mymajesties.com. That's MyMajesties.com. My Majesties, an Urban Passport member.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loot machine.
This December 21st, the best in HBCU football will collide in Atlanta at the Celebration Bowl. MEAC versus SWAC. Champion versus champion. Only one team will rise above the rest and claim the coveted Celebration Bowl trophy. Come join the celebration at Mercedes-Benz Stadium this December. For more information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
The real reason why I went after Comcast and Charter, it didn't have anything to do with my cable networks. It didn't. What happened was a gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs, and Comcast did not accept it, and that would have made a lot of money for these black colleges. Absolutely. And it would have educated the Black College Sports Network. This is what he wanted to do. That would have educated a lot of black kids. And when they didn't do that, that's when I came off the bench and said, okay, I'm gonna light you up like a Christmas tree. Mm-hmm. Okay? That was the real reason why I got into it, was when I saw what happened with the Black College Sports Network, which I don't know. I just knew that these black, right? I knew that these black colleges were going to benefit, and these black kids were going to get the education that they deserved and not have to pay.
The Creole seasoning is a sodium-free and sugar-free blend that's versatile enough to put on anything. One of the first blends I developed more than 8 years ago, the Creole seasoning has an unmistakable aroma, a bold flavor, and a little heat for character. Every time I open one of these bottles, I hear trumpets and big band music.
Q Time is a classic Atlanta soul food restaurant located in the historic West End. Q Time Soul Food is a family business started by Fred and Christine Crenshaw. Come on in, relax, and sink your chops into our tantalizing mouth-watering, distinctive soul food with a twist, the Q-Time way. 1120 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, or call your order in at 404-758-2881. Do you miss your mama's cooking? Then come on down to Q-Time, an Urban Passport member.
A gentleman wanted to do the Black College.
Back here in Jacksonville, the Sam's Club halftime report, or the Kelly Tours halftime report here on the EWC Sports Network, 1010XL 92.5 FM, and the Black College Sports Network. Edward Waters trailing 28-6. Joshua Jackson, Brian Fulford here with you. Brian, again, just a rough first half here for the men in purple this afternoon.
Yeah, we have a 22-point difference right now. And 21 points have been scored off of 3 turnovers. I mean, that is your primary key to this ball game right now. I mean, statistically, a better second half for Edward Waters, but they kind of buried themselves a little bit in that first quarter, and so now they've got a lot of makeup work to do in the second half.
Edward Waters just 76 yards of total offense in the first half. Savannah State, conversely, 126 yards of total offense there in the first half, and they really have gotten it done on the ground. 112 yards on the ground for the Tigers of Savannah State. Running back D'Angelo Durham in that first half, 11 carries for 41 yards there in that first half of play. But as you said a few moments ago, during the broadcast, there were 2 plays there that he broke for big yards and on those plays, and they got called back as a result of penalties.
They've had 11 penalties for 117 yards. Now, this stat doesn't necessarily count yardage lost because of penalties, but Durham would be sitting at about 141-something yards on 2 plays that were called back due to offensive holding. One of them was a 75-yard touchdown. They got called back.
Rashard Branch in that first half, the quarterback for EWC. 3 of 8 passing, 18 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Deshaun Hughes, 10 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown there in that first half of play. Edward Waters just really having a hard time finding something positive to hang their hat on there offensively. Maybe it's the rushing game with Deshaun Hughes on those screens and draws, but that's about it there in the first half.
Yeah, Hughes is the bright spot right now, 6.4 yards per carry, and somehow you're going to have to really find a way to get the passing game going. I question whether Rashard Branch is healthy. We saw him come up injured a little bit in I think it was the first quarter, and we've noticed him limping a little bit. And there was even a play where he was trying to break away from a potential sack, and he couldn't do it. So I wonder how much, especially with the long halftime, and he'll be, if he doesn't do a great deal of stretching, how tight will he be going into the second half?
And now as we look at, when you look at this contest, it could have been a lot worse there for EWC in that first half. What's some of the things you're telling your team right now if you're head coach Greg Ruffin to kind of get things moving in the right direction?
Well, the team has been in this situation before. We've been in this situation down 2 touchdowns to Tuskegee. They were down multiple touchdowns to Miles. And in each of those situations, they managed to rally, especially in the third quarter they rallied. So they bought into the message that was coming out of halftime, and that's what they're going to have to do again. The question is, can you get 2 full quarters of positive play and performance from both sides of the ball? All 3 units, actually, in these next 2 quarters.
Okay, we'll take another timeout here on the Kelly Tours halftime report. When we come back, we'll have some scores from around the world of HBCU football. Brian and AD Drew will give you some more scores from around the world of HBCU football and get you set for this second half here in Jacksonville. At the break, Savannah State 28, Edward Waters 6. Back with more Edward Waters College football right here on the Black College Sports Network and 1010XL.
A gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs.
The Black College Sports Network is proud to partner with ComputerRatings.com. That's ComputerTer ratings.com for the upcoming college football season. ComputerRatings.com delivers rankings, game predictions, and statistics for hundreds of professional and collegiate teams. The key feature of ComputerRatings.com is the Versus Sports Simulator, which allows users to simulate any possible matchup and view the predicted scores along with a side-by-side stats analysis. Improve your odds by signing up for a subscription. Monthly, semi-yearly, and yearly subscriptions are available. For our listeners and viewers, use the promo code BCSN19 and get 15% off of your subscription at checkout. Visit www.computerratings.com. That's COMPUGHTER ratings.com.
Can one girl in a small town, an architect in a major city, and a suburban high school coach shape the future of the United States? Yes, they can. Because every 10 years, the census gives us that power. You can shape your future by responding to the 2020 census. Where do we need new roads to make our lives easier? Where will new school programs help our children thrive? Where could a new health clinic benefit neighborhoods? The 2020 census will inform these decisions and shape how billions of dollars will be distributed to communities like yours each year. And in 2020, you can respond to the census online, by phone, or by mail. It's easy, safe, and important. Make sure you and everyone you know is counted. Now is the time for you to get involved. Your community needs you. Together, we can educate and excite, inspire, and make sure every voice is heard. Together, we can shape our future.
Now, you can live in Texas and not have a good red meat blend. Texas Cowboy Dust is designed for steak and other red meats. It's out to be my most popular spice blend, made with onions, peppers, ground mushrooms, pink salt, and other spices. Texas Cowboy Dust also goes great with chicken, pork, vegetables, and adds a restaurant quality sheen to gravies and sauces.
Let's face it, shopping for insurance can be time consuming. That's why when it comes to your auto, home, and life insurance needs, make things simple and trust the experts at Allstate. They will help you get the coverage that fits your needs while helping you bundle your life, home, and auto policies. Bundling saves you money, sure, but it also saves you time, so you can enjoy the things that matter most even more. Contact me, Tammy Haynes, your local agent, for a free personalized insurance quote. Allstate, are you in good hands?
All right, welcome back. It's halftime here at Edward Waters, between Edward Waters and Savannah State. Brian Fulford here with A.D. Drew, this special edition of the BCSN Sports Wrap, the halftime edition, and we are on scoreboard watch here as it is truly becoming an upset Saturday across black college football landscape, AD. And let's go ahead and start over in the MEAC, where probably the biggest upset, or at least so far, one of the biggest upsets of the season has taken place up in Baltimore, Maryland.
Yes, Brian. Earlier today, probably about 30 minutes ago, Morgan State defeated North Carolina A&T by a final of 22-16, Brian. So that really throws the MEAC into chaos as we're trying to figure out who's going to be the representative in the Celebration Bowl.
It's the second conference loss for A&T. Of course, they've already lost to Florida A&M. This was the unexpected loss that no one was, obviously looking at, because, obviously FAMU, A&T, South Carolina State, and Bethune are the four major players in the MEAC, and nobody was really looking or expecting a loss from anyone outside of those. And now it just throws everything into chaos for A&T, which, as it stands right now, Bethune-Cookman is the only team with one loss, the only team that is eligible, I should say, for the Celebration Bowl as the MEAC representative. Of course, we know Florida A&M is not eligible to participate, and we've got an update for Bethune-Cookman, who's on the road right now at Delaware State, correct?
Correct. To use a hood analogy, looks like everybody's getting caught in the trap because this is Trap Saturday. Everybody's looking ahead because going with 1 minute 21 seconds to go in the third quarter, Delaware State, the Hornets, are up 16-6 over the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. That would mean everybody would have a minimum of 2 losses. We talked about it on our show earlier this week. It is going to open up for Bowie to become the Black College National Champions.
Whoa. Well, I think the guys in Tallahassee, should they run the table in their last 2 games, will have a claim. Even though no one will officially crown them as conference champions, I think they will still make a claim should they finish unbeaten 10-1. I'll just put that out there.
It looks like one team is taking care of business that's in the playoff race, Brian. South Carolina State has I just lost
61-14 right now in the fourth quarter. Yes. with the lead over Howard, and that's the MEAC. Let's jump over to the SWAC if we can real quick, AD. In the second quarter, at Grambling State, Alcorn State, who is sitting at 6-2, 4-0 in the SWAC, our number 2 team in our top 5 poll. They are in a tie ball game with Grambling State, who is the number 5 team in our top 5 poll. And that game is being played over in Grambling, Louisiana. And of course, Grambling's won 4 games in a row. Alcorn State has won 5 games in a row. I got a feeling, AD, this one's going to go right down to the wire in that contest. And then another key SWAC contest that we pointed out, this has become a shootout. Talk about this one happening right now in Huntsville, Alabama.
Talk about teams this streak. In Jackson State, the winners of 3 in a row, who control their own destiny in the SWAC East. They trail Alabama A&M 34-30 in a game that has gone back and forth all day long. Alabama A&M has 14 unanswered points to open up the fourth quarter. So, Brian, this is it's really going to be interesting. We've got a lot of chaos going on in black college football right now.
Seems like that Alabama A&M has been doing that a lot lately, especially over these last couple of weeks. They've been getting into shootouts. Of course, 2 weeks ago, the Magic City Classic goes to triple overtime. Last week at Southern, that game goes back and forth. And so, yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that one finishes up. All right, let's jump over to the SIAC, where we have 2 games going on that will determine the SIAC championship. Let's start over in the West. Miles traveling to Tuskegee for homecoming.
I'm glad I did not make the trip to homecoming for my alma mater. We're not doing so well right now. Down 20-6 with just over 2 minutes remaining in the ball game. So let's go ahead and crown the Golden Bears as the West champion.
You're crowning them, right?
I'm gonna go ahead and crown them with 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Okay, because stranger things can happen. It's still what is that? 13. That's still 14. That's 2 possessions. That's anything.
2 possessions, 2 minutes. It's gonna be tough.
Crazier things can happen, but the fact that you are giving it up, then okay. And then the other game that will determine the East winner, Albany State right now in the third quarter with a 35-6 lead over Fort Valley State. Not a surprise because, of course, Fort Valley playing without quarterback Slade Jarman. We actually thought that that game would be a tough contest for them. So that'll be the looks like we have a potential rematch of the SIAC championship from a year ago, Miles and Albany State. This year, though, Albany State will be the team that hosts that game. Let's jump over to the CIAA, where we have interesting developments going on in the Southern Division of the CIAA.
Shaw won earlier today, 24-21 over St. Augustine in the game that St. Augustine pretty much controlled throughout as Shaw was able to come back and take the victory on.
Right, and of course a Shaw win now means that Fayetteville State has to beat Winston-Salem State in order to advance and represent the Southern Division in the CIAA championship game, and you got to score on that game.
And just as we were speaking, the Fayetteville Bulldogs go up on the Fayetteville Broncos. Will go up on Winston-Salem State 24-17 with just over 10 minutes remaining in that game right there.
Yeah, and that's interesting because the Rams were up 14-10 just a few moments ago when I was checking the scores in that ball game. So that's probably by my count, two unanswered scores by Fayetteville State, correct?
Yes, and speaking of 10, Virginia Union was down 10-0 early in this game, and with 4 minutes and just over 4 minutes to go, they have just taken the lead over Virginia State. Virginia State has the ball. Union is up 24-17.
Wow, and so the ramifications of that game, AD, we've talked about it all week. The winner of that game pretty much keeps themselves in the hunt for the Division II playoffs, as going into this weekend, according to the NCAA Super Regional 2 rankings, Virginia State is ranked 7th. Virginia Union is ranked 8th.
Yes,
so
this is an elimination game.
Yeah, whoever loses this is pretty much eliminated, and their season is over. Yeah. The winner still has an opportunity to advance to the playoffs.
And in the North, Bowie has defeated Elizabeth City State 60-21. No surprise right there, Brian. Anything else that you see before we get out of here?
Just running it down, West Virginia State 24-0 over Wheeling. That's a much-needed win for them. That's their 7th win of the year. Also, Kentucky State with a 34-28 win over Central State. Kentucky State with a winning season for the first time in, I don't know the exact number of years, but it's the first time in a while. Shawan with a 21-20 lead right now over Lincoln, PA. That game is in the third quarter. Johnson C. Smith with a 20-0 lead over Livingstone in the commemorative classic in Salisbury, North Carolina. And just going down, some other scores, Prairie View A&M with a 16-0 lead over Arkansas Pine Bluff. Alabama State 27, Texas Southern 7. That's at the half in Houston, Texas. And Norfolk State with a 31-14 lead in the third quarter, ruining homecoming for North Carolina Central, and possibly, AD, ruining North Carolina Central's very, very small window that they had of potentially winning the MEAC, or at least having a shot at the MEAC. Those probably are gone. And so that's going to be our scoreboard update, and we're going to go take a break. We got about 2 minutes left. We'll be back with the start of the second half of action right after these words.
Wherever you've been, whatever you've been through, we have a warm welcome waiting for you at more than 325 hotels around the world. Book today at DoubleTree.com. DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
Majesty is a premium health and wellness tea line focused on bringing delicious yet healthy tea blends to the community. Filled with an abundance of vitamins and antioxidants, we work to blend teas with exotic spices and fruits to produce scrumptious and wholesome beverages. So check us out at mymajesties.com. That's MyMajesties.com. My Majesties, an Urban Passport member.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
This December 21st, the best in HBCU football will collide in Atlanta at the Celebration Bowl. MEAC versus SWAC. Champion versus champion. Only one team will rise above the rest and claim the coveted Celebration Bowl trophy. Come join the celebration at Mercedes-Benz Stadium this December. For more information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
You know, the real reason why I went after Comcast and Charter, it didn't have anything to do with my cable networks. It didn't. What happened was a gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs, and Comcast did not accept it. And that would have made a lot of money for these black colleges. Absolutely. And it would have educated the Black College Sports Network. This is what he wanted to do. That would have educated a lot of black kids. And when they didn't do that, that's when I came off the bench and said, okay, I'm going to light you up like a Christmas tree. Mm-hmm. Okay? That was the real reason why I got into it. I saw what happened with the Black College Sports Network, which I don't know. I just knew that these black, right? I knew that these black colleges were going to benefit, and these black kids were going to get the education that they deserved and not have to pay.
The Creole seasoning is a sodium-free and sugar-free blend that's versatile enough to put on anything. One of the first blends I developed more than 8 years ago, the Creole seasoning has an unmistakable aroma, a bold flavor, and a little heat for character. Every time I open one of these bottles, I hear trumpets and big band music.
Q Time is a classic Atlanta soul food restaurant located in the historic West End. Q Time Soul Food is a family business started by Fred and Christine Crenshaw. Come on in, relax, and
back here in Jacksonville, just about set to wrap up halftime here. And get set for the second half here as Edward Waters trailing Savannah State by a score of 28-6. Joshua Jackson, Brian Fulford here with you. Brian, great job on the abbreviated version of the BCSN Sports Wrap. A lot of interesting happenings in the world of black college football here this afternoon.
Yeah, already I think probably the most shocking result that I've heard is the fact that Virginia Union has rallied and is taking and has the lead over Virginia State right now, 24-17. I mean, a game that Virginia State was controlling for most of the ball game.
Well, let's set everything for in the world in terms of where we're looking at as far as the MEAC right now. The MEAC and the SWAC, of course, meet in a few weeks for in the Celebration Bowl. The winner of the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference takes on the winner of the SWAC in the Celebration Bowl to determine the Division I Black College National Champion. Tell us where we're at right now in terms of the MEAC and the SWAC right now. If you can try.
Okay, so what I know, do we have a score? Okay, so Bethune-Cookman is now trailing 13-16. If they win, they essentially will have one loss. Obviously, let's look. Florida A&M is unbeaten, 6-0 in conference play. Bethune-Cookman with one loss is currently in the front-running spot.
And for those who don't know, because of NCAA sanctions, Florida A&M is ineligible for the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference Championship this year.
But playing them, wins and losses count.
Exactly.
Which is, anyway, we won't get into that. It's like, hey, that counts against you, and those wins count, but we're not eligible anyway. So whoever wins it this year will have an asterisk next to their game.
Absolutely.
And essentially, so let's just say Bethune-Cookman right now with one loss. If they do happen to lose this game, that puts them at 2 losses, puts A&T at 2 losses, South Carolina State at 2 losses. So basically, nobody took advantage of this week because they all had one loss going into this weekend, or I should say 2 weeks ago, right? Next week, North Carolina A&T plays Bethune-Cookman. And the following week is when you have Florida A&M against, is that the following week? Yeah, the following weekend after that, FAMU taking on Bethune-Cookman. You have A&T taking on Central. Am I missing? I feel like everything else.
Central over the past few years has been a thorn in the side in the Aggies of North Carolina A&T. They pulled a couple of upsets there in that Aggie Eagle Classic.
Right, and they just ended up losing, so that they are losing Norfolk State. So I kind of thought for a moment, I really thought North Carolina Central might be a factor in this whole race, but as it seems, they're going to put themselves out of play by losing. So,
on the SWAC side, where we're looking at things on that side?
Well, over in the SWAC, Alcorn State sits atop, and Jackson State sits one game behind them. Now, if Jackson State holds on, if they are to beat Alabama A&M, and let's just say this contest between Grambling and Alcorn State works out where Grambling State wins, it all of a sudden puts Jackson State and Alcorn State tied with one loss. Those two teams do meet. They do meet, I believe it's in a couple of weeks. They do meet each other. So there's nothing set in stone yet. Now, on the flip side, that's the eastern side. The western side, if Grambling were to beat Alcorn State. They stay one game back behind Southern. A loss by Grambling, and that puts them 2 games behind Southern. And it kind of would knock them out of play. It just depends on what happens. Here's an update for you. We have a tie ball game in Virginia, where now Virginia State has tied the game up with a minute and 7 seconds left. They've tied the ball game up at 24, so potentially that game could be going to overtime. It's crazy right now, Josh.
It is indeed crazy.
All Saturday in November. That's all we can.
Yeah, you know. Both the MEAC and all the MEAC, SWAC, CIAA, and SIAC. So things getting squirrely here.
My head's about to blow up trying to process all of this, Josh. Just to be honest with you, I have a headache now trying to process this.
So a penalty has been assessed to Edward Waters for going over the allotted time for halftime. We had a lot of things going on with halftime. With senior day, both bands in attendance, and unfortunately, he didn't be kicking from their own 20-yard line. So Angel Sevier set to put total other here, right to left. Here's the kick, high and short. And to make matters worse, Sevier kicks it out of bounds.
Well, there's no problem, because if it goes out of bounds, it went out of bounds at the 34. If it goes out of bounds anyway, it goes out to the 35, right? So you gave up 3 yards.
No harm, no foul.
Yeah, no harm, no foul. Now, what do you think the protocol is, Josh? What I don't want to get anybody in trouble here, but when you have the visiting bands, you have your band, you have the halftime ceremonies, should somebody's band have not played? I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I'm just asking to ask.
Look, I'm just here so I don't get fined. In the words of Marshawn Lynch, I'm just here simply so I don't get fined.
Oh, well, hold on. They're making them re-kick that.
Yeah, so now, after the penalty, EWC is going to be kicking deeper.
Right,
on their own side, are going to be kicking at the 15.
Again, I would kick it right out of bounds again, because by rule, wouldn't it go out at the 35 on the kickoff?
A penalty was assessed at the halftime for excessive halftime, and Waters will kick off.
So Angel Sevier will tee it up at the 35, at the 15-yard line.
So the first time that he kicked, he kicked it at the 25. What was that?
Here's Sevier's kick. It is going to be high and deep this time. It'll be taken at around the 29-yard line. That's the Naj Carter. Carter to the 35. Carter 40. Carter to the 45-yard line. He'll be hit and stop there. So a Naj Carter on the return gets out to the 45-yard line, and that's where Savannah State will go first and 10. Devon Gibbons in that first half, 3 of 6 passing for 14 yards, 1 interception. They got it done on the ground. 9 carries for 53 yards and 2 touchdowns for the quarterback for Savannah State.
You know, the positive for EWC, last week he completed 5 passes and 4 of them were for touchdowns. So 3 completions, no touchdowns, 1 interception. I'd say that's a positive.
First and 10 for the Tigers of Savannah State from the 45 of SSU. He'll take the snap, handoff to Naj Carter on the jet sweep to the 50-yard line. Finds a bit of a hole to the far side, turns the corner, gets to the 40-yard line. A gain of about 15 or so, and a first down for Savannah State. Down to the Edward Waters 40-yard line. And Naj Carter on the carry. A first down for Savannah State already on the first play of this third quarter. 28-6 our score. Savannah State with the lead if you're just joining us. Shotgun formation for Devon Gibbons. Puts the receiver in motion. That's Naj Carter. He'll take the snap. The handoff. This is Durham. Durham up the gut. Durham will be hit and stopped at around the 36-yard line for a gain of 4.
Carry for Savannah State.
D'Angelo Durham, the sophomore running back from Augusta.
Pick up second down and 6 for first down.
Second and 6 for Savannah State at the Edward Waters 36-yard line.
Gamble on the stop for EWC.
Senior Antonio Gamble in on the stop for Edward Waters. Shotgun formation for Gibbons. Puts a receiver in motion. He'll take the snap. Handoff to Durham. Durham turning the corner on the left side. Shoestring tackle over there on the far side as he got inside the 35. Down to around the 33-yard line. Looked like that was Cameron McLean on the stop for Edward Waters.
Cameron McLean on the stop for.
Durham is just a sophomore. Gibbons a junior. with a lot of playing experience. Gibbons has been playing since his freshman year in this, obviously not in this system, but he's been playing for 2 years under their belt. So Savannah State's got another couple of years with these guys in the backfield.
Here's 3rd and 3. Takes the snap. Handoff, hit, and brought down to the backfield. Zurio, Big Country Davis. And on the stop for EWC, he absolutely swallowed up D'Angelo Durham. Now, Big Country comes up a bit lame.
Oh, man.
Makes a big hit in the backfield, swallows him up, a loss of about 3 on the play, backed up to the 36-yard line.
And what's crazy, Josh, is I'm watching him fall on Durham, and I was a little worried about Durham there for a second.
Needless to say, Big Country has not missed a meal. 6'4", 345. 345 might be putting it nicely. The redshirt sophomore from right here in Jacksonville and Andrew Jackson High School.
That's what you want from your defensive lineman, though. You want a little beef to stop the run, plug up the A gaps.
And speaking with head coach Greg Ruffin, he's very happy with the way Big Country's been playing this year, but definitely wants to give him a little bit more shape as we get set to go into 2020. Decision time here for head coach Sean Quinn. Looks like the offense is going to stay on the field on this 4th down and about 6 or so, 5 or 6 from the 36-yard line. 12:58 remaining, 3rd quarter, just underway here in this 3rd quarter. 28-6 our score. 4th and 6 for Savannah State. With the ball and the lead. The opening drive here of this 3rd quarter. Gibbons in the gun. Durham the backside car to his left. 3 receiver set. Puts a receiver in motion. He'll take the snap. Option play. Pitch to Carter. Turning the corner left side's got the 1st down and more. 20. Inside the 15. Flag is thrown. He's still on his feet inside the 10. Pushes the pile to around the 5-yard line. But Carter.
It's coming back.
And the Tigers of Savannah State are going to have to march this one back. It's going to be a holding call against Savannah State.
Yeah, I can see the way Gibbons was reacting to the officials standing right there near the flag.
Long discussion here. From this SIAC officiating crew. It's going to be a block in the back against Savannah State.
Illegal block called against Savannah State.
So an illegal block in the back against the Tigers of Savannah State will bring the special teams unit on. And looks like we'll see Giovanni Lugo come on to punt for what would be just his 2nd punt of the day.
Accepts the penalty, and the ball will be put back to the 44-yard line.
So Lugo will be punting from his own 42-yard line. Kennard Boogie Mahone back the field. This one for Edward Waters. Here's the snap. Here is the punt. End over end thing. Boogie will watch it bounce into the end zone for a touchback. So touchback for EWC, and the Tigers offense back on the field. 12-14 remaining here, 3rd quarter. Savannah State 28, Edward Waters 6.
Thank you for your service.
And it's Veterans Day on Monday, and of course all of us here at 1010XL 92.5 FM and the Black College Sports Network want to extend our appreciation and our thanks to our veterans for everything they have done and continue to do. Serve our great country. 1st and 10 for the Tigers of Edward Waters from the 20-yard line of EWC, going from right to left. Pistol formation for Rashard Branch. Twin receivers near side to the left. Deshaun Hughie in the backfield. Now they'll put a receiver in motion. We'll take the snap. It's going to be movement in the backfield. It looks like that was Deshaun Hughie getting an early jump in the backfield.
Yeah, can't have 2 guys moving at the same time. It's not the CFL.
Speaking of, CFL playoffs are going on this week.
I set you up for that.
Hey man, I like the CFL. I just got to get used to just 3 downs. That's just a weird thing to me, but you know I'm weird like that. So you're also talking to a guy that enjoys watching Australian rules football. So I'm weird. That's weirder.
The 3 downs is the one thing that you're pointing out of all the extended field,
well,
goalpost.
Yes, the extended field, the goalpost. I'm used to the high motion. I'm the public address announcer for the Jacksonville Sharks of the Arena Football League. There's a lot of high motion going on, so I'm used to that. So But yeah, just that those 3 downs is just a weird thing. Here's the snap. On the play, handoff to Stevens, and he is swallowed up in the backfield.
Stevens is tackled in the backfield.
Looks like that was Timothy Campbell in on the stop there for Savannah State.
Campbell on the tackle for Savannah State. Ball pushed back to the 11-yard line.
Goes back to around the 11-yard line, almost the 10. Be 2nd and long from there. 2nd and 19 to be exact. 11:46 remaining third quarter.
19 yards to go for a first down.
Edward Waters trailing 28-6. The 26th all-time meeting between the Tigers of Edward Waters and the Tigers of Savannah State. Rashard Branch works on the gun. 4 receiver set, 3 left, single far side to the right. Takes the snap. Branch back to pass. Branch flush. Branch is going to be hit. Branch is going to go down at the 1-yard line.
See what I mean about the mobility right there? The mobility, and he was pretty close to almost taking a safety on that. But I don't think he can really move and get out of the way. In which case, he's got to know to throw the ball away.
Third down and long from the 1-yard line of Edward Waters. And looks like we've got overtime in Petersburg, Virginia, between Virginia Union and Virginia State.
A berth in the playoffs is at stake for the winner of that game.
Here we go, 3rd and long for Edward Waters from their own 1. Tigers needing to get the 30-yard line for a first down. Takes the snap. Branch back to pass from his own end zone. Branch is going to load and throw over the middle, incomplete. Looking for Quinlan Bisbee. Falls incomplete. And the punting unit will have to come on for Edward Waters. Punting unit checks on for EWC. Angel Sevier on to punt for his 3rd punt of the afternoon.
Angel Sevier coming at the punt for
Enaj Carter back to field this one for Savannah State.
Returning Carter for
Sevier standing about 9 yards in his own end zone. Have to get away a rocket here to try to flip the field. Savannah State showing blitzer. They've already blocked the punt this afternoon. Here's a snap. Here is the punt. Got away, quick one. High and hanging. Carter will make the catch at the Edward Waters 37-yard line. Now goes to the far side, to the 30, 25, to the 20, 15, to the 10. And he's going to be cut down inside the 10-yard line. And they will take up shop around the 8-yard line.
Made a good first move there to create some space. And the rest was just set up by a great punt return.
1st and goal for Savannah State from the Edward Waters 8-yard line. 10:07 remaining here, third quarter. Savannah State 28, Edward Waters 6. Devon Gibbons at the controls of the Savannah State offense. He will work from the pistol. Single receivers to either side of the formation. Tight end wing to the right. He looks at a 4-man defensive front for Edward Waters. Takes the snap. Handoff. Durham up the gut. Boogie Mahone makes first contact, and he'll be pushed back by Sed Lewis, who also gets into the tackling game. Gain of about 5 yards there on the play. Inside the 5 at the 3.
Durham on the carry for Savannah State. Host the Tigers on the tackle. Ball at the
2nd down and goal from the 3.
2nd and goal for Savannah.
Shotgun formation for Gibbons. Single receivers to either side of the formation. Takes the snap. Handoff. Durham, right side, pushing his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Savannah State.
Durham in for the touchdown for Savannah State.
Touchdown for the Tigers of Savannah State. Extends the lead to 34-6 pending the extra point. Giovanni Lugo on for the extra point here for Savannah State. Snap, spot, kick is up, it's on the way. And it is good. 9:20 remaining third quarter. Savannah State 35, Edward Waters 6. Let's take a break. Come back with more Edward Waters football right here on the Black College Sports Network and 1010 XL.
Twist the cute time way. 1120 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, or call your order in at 404-758-2881. Do you miss your mama's cooking? Then come on down to Q Time, an Urban Passport member.
A gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs.
The Black College Sports Network is proud to partner with ComputerRatings.com. That's
A touchdown for Savannah State extends the lead to now 35-6 with 9:20 remaining in the third quarter. From the Shipyard at First Coast High School here in Jacksonville. Giovanni Lugo on to put total leather here for the Tigers of Savannah State. Here is his kick. High, end over end. It'll be taken by Kennard Mahone from the 3. Across the 5, across the 10. Gets across the 15, up to the 20-yard line. 25 to the 30, 35 to the 40. Coming near side, 45. Gets the midfield and cut down there. Nice return there for Boogie Mahone. And Savannah State, Edward Waters will take up shop 1st and 10 at midfield.
So I'm just going to speak it into existence, Josh, because I really felt coming into this game that Mahone was going to eventually break one. And so he got, I didn't want to jinx it. I was going to say it there before that kick, and I said, no, don't say it. I don't want to jinx it. And then he almost got it. So
Head coach Greg Ruffin and the Edward Waters offense. Last minute instructions from the head Tiger in charge. In his second season at the helm of the EWC football program. 1st and 10 for EWC at midfield. Rashard Branch in the game at quarterback for Edward Waters. That'll be Malik Stevens right behind him in the pistol formation. 4 receiver set, 3 left, 3 right, single to the near side left. Takes the snap, turn, hand, Stevens up the gut. Gets a gain of about 4 yards out to the 46-yard line.
just dragging. He dragged the defender about 3 yards there. One of the DBs who came up in there.
Gain of 4 on the play, 2nd and 6 from the 46. 8:49, 8:48, 8:47 left to go here third quarter. 35-6, Savannah State with the lead. Shotgun formation for Branch. Stevens to backside, Carl left. 4 receivers set, 3 right, single near side to the left. Tigers moving from right to left. Takes the snap. Inside handoff. Stevens again going over the right side. Still on his feet. Breaking tackles. Still on his feet. And he will be hit short of the first down. Out to around the 41-yard line. Naeem Bozeman, the Jacksonville native from Trinity Christian, on the stop there for Savannah State. There's 3rd and a yard from the 41. Tigers will line up this time. Single setback. Under center goes Branch. He takes the snap, goes forward, got the first down and more. Gets inside the 40, goes down at around the 38, 37-yard line. That'll move the chains for an EWC first down.
Across the 40-yard line.
They'll take up shop at the 38-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for EWC.
Ball spotted at the 38-yard
Good opportunity here to get continue this drive and get some points on the board for the Tigers. Edward Waters, College Tigers, that is.
1st and 10 from the Savannah State 38. Pistol formation for Branch. Stevens the back right behind him. 4 receiver set, excuse me. Takes the snap. Turn, hand. Stevens coming over the left side, and he finds nothing. May even lose a half yard on the play.
Stevens on the run for Edward
Lost a half yard. Cam Brown in on the stop. Once again, we called his name a lot. The sophomore from Monroe, Georgia.
You know, looking at the pressure that Savannah State is bringing, you wonder if they're aware of Branch's limited mobility.
Pistol formation here on 2nd down and 11. Takes the snap. Turn, hand. Stevens hit in the backfield once again. Loses 2 more yards back to the 41.
And again, they've committed to filling every gap with a player. I mean, they're sending 6 guys filling every gap right now and just daring Edward Waters to, one, be able to block him, and two, Branch to be able to find somebody open quickly.
Kenneth Singleton on the stop for Savannah State.
13 yards for first down for Edward Waters.
3rd and long from the Savannah State 41. Pistol formation again. Single receivers to either side of the formation. Twin receivers to either side of the formation. Puts a receiver in motion, will take the snap. Fakes the handoff. Branch back to pass. Throwing over the middle. Pass is incomplete. It was tipped at the line and unable to squeeze that one. Appears to be David Beeks.
Yeah, Branch got knocked down on that one.
Incomplete. 4th down.
We 4th down and about 13 for Edward Waters from the Savannah State 41. Shotgun formation for Branch. Stevens, the backside car to his right. 4 receivers set, 3 left, single far side to the right. Branch looking at a 4-man front for Savannah State. He'll take the snap. Back to pass is Branch. Branch looking, throwing over the middle. It's incomplete. And a flag will get thrown.
And Branch is again hit. As you know, every blitzer wearing a white uniform is committed to just hitting Branch, and that time he felt it, and he's a little slow to get up.
Flag is in the defensive backfield for Savannah State. It's going to be pass interference against the Tigers of Savannah State. Rashard Branch is being helped up by head athletic trainer Larry Bell.
Penalty called against Savannah State.
Looks like they're going to stick Jalil Jackson in at quarterback for Edward Waters. Listed as an athlete, the true freshman from right here in Jacksonville, Westside High School. Will go in at quarterback for Edward Waters. Jackson will work from the gun. He'll have Stevens to his left as his sidecar quarterback. Or sidecar running back, excuse me. 4 receivers set, 3 left, single to the far side right.
From the Savannah State 32-yard line.
Jackson stares at a 4-man at defensive front for Savannah State. Tigers will scrimmage 1st and 10 from the Savannah State 32. He'll take the high snap. Jackson on the keeper. Jackson up the gut. Jackson will be hit and swallowed up at around the 29-yard line for a gain of about 3-4 yards there.
Jalil Jackson on the run from quarterback.
Of all the teams that I've had a pleasure of seeing come into this stadium and play Edward Waters, Josh, I don't think I've seen a defense hit with the veracity that I've seen Savannah State hit Edward Waters players today. I don't know about on the road, but here, man, they're hitting.
Yeah, they're hitting pretty good this afternoon. I don't think there's been a defense that either will see his face. Maybe Southern, but that's about it. Takes the snap. Handoff. Stevens, right side, on his feet. 20. Stevens and at the 15-yard line, still on his feet. Finally goes down inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Malik Stevens moves the chains for a Tiger first down.
He did a good job of holding on to that ball because Savannah State was definitely trying to rip that ball away from him and force him to give it up.
First and 10 for Edward Waters. EWC in the Wingstop red zone. Wingstop where flavor gets its wings. First and 10 for Edward Waters at the 13-yard line of Savannah State. Whistles on the field. Looks like they're going to set the down mark on the far side, first down. And they're set to go. Shotgun formation for Branch, or for Jackson, excuse me. He'll take the snap. Keeper for Jackson. Jackson on the right side. Jackson stripped up as he crossed the line of scrimmage, got to the 11-yard line for a gain of about 2-3 yards on the play.
Jackson on the run. Ball moves to the 11-yard line. 3-yard pickup for the
second down. We'll call it a long 7 from the 11.
Tigers. Second down 7 for EWC.
405, 404, 403 remaining here. First quarter, I wish. Third quarter. Moving along the line of scrimmage. We'll see what these flags are going to be. Savannah State might have gotten in the neutral zone at the snap, but we'll see what this call is going to be. It will indeed be an offside against Savannah State, a neutral zone infraction. That'll move the football inside the 10-yard line, and the Tigers of Edward Waters will scrimmage from the Savannah State 6-yard line.
5-yard penalty takes the ball to the 6-yard line of Savannah State.
Second down and about 4 or 3 from the 6.
Ball on the 6-yard line.
Jackson in the gun. Stevens the backside, call right. 4 receiver set. Takes the snap. Keeper for Jackson. Jackson coming outside, and he'll be hit and swallowed up in the backfield. Damian Rogers in on the stop, the junior from Augusta and Georgia Military College in on the stop.
Ball set at the 10-yard line.
Ball will be backed up to the 10-yard line to be 3rd down and 6 from there.
4 yards on the play.
You know, I feel like this is the kind of game, Josh, that
3rd down, 6 for a first down.
You'll have an opportunity to watch film and really talk about assignment blocking, assignment tackling, just a number of missed assignments have resulted in negative plays, or if you're on the defensive side of the ball, positive plays for the other team's offense.
Braden Miner in the game at quarterback for Edward Waters on this 3rd and 6 from the 10. Stevens the backside, guard to his right. 4 receiver set will take the snap. Miner back to pass. Miner stepping up in the pocket. Miner will be hit, and Miner will go down.
Got to get rid of the ball, son. You have to get rid of the ball.
Miner stopped at the 10-yard line.
See what head coach Greg Ruffin decides to do. They'll settle for a field goal.
For a first down.
This is a reward your offense for getting down in the red zone by putting some points on the board kind of play. Most people might look at it and say, why are we kicking field goals down 4 touchdowns?
A 27-yard field goal attempt from the near side left hash. Flags on the play. We'll see what these are.
Whistle stops the play. Flag on the play.
Play clock possibly.
Delay of game against Savannah State.
Wow.
Delay
of game against Savannah State.
Against Savannah State.
It'll be a 5-yard penalty to keep it 4th down. It'll be 4th down and a yard now. From the 5.
5-yard penalty.
And they'll probably want to reset the clock.
We'll move the ball to
the
he's 5-yard line. 4th down and 2 for first down for Edward Waters.
They'll set the game clock to 1:47. Stoppage and playing a timeout taken by Edward Waters. So a timeout taken by the Tigers. We'll go ahead and do the same. 1:47 left to go, 3rd quarter. Savannah State 35, Edward Waters 6. Let's take a break. Come back with more Tiger football after this here on the Black College Sports Network and 1010XL.
Now you can't go to Texas and not have a good red meat blend. Texas Cowboy Dust is designed for steak and other red meats. It's out to be my most popular spice blend, made with onions, peppers, ground mushrooms, pink salt, and other spices. Texas Cowboy Dust also goes great with chicken, pork, vegetables, and adds a restaurant quality sheen to gravies and sauces.
Let's face it, shopping for insurance can be time consuming. That's why when it comes to your auto, home, and life insurance needs, make things simple and trust the experts at Allstate. They will help you get the coverage that fits your needs while helping you bundle your life.
Back in Jacksonville, 4th down. And a long run for Edward Waters. The offense for EWC comes onto the field.
4th and 2 for first down.
1:47 left to go here. 3rd quarter, Tigers down 35-6. But the Tiger offense on the field here. 4th down and a long yard. Needed the opposite side of the 4 for a first down. Jackson in the game at quarterback. He'll take the snap. Handoff. Stevens pushing the pile. He's still on his feet. He's got the first down. Still pushing. Oh, they're going to stop play. They're going to say progress was stopped. They're going to say progress was stopped at around the 2-1 yard line. It'll be a first down for EWC.
Carry takes the ball to a first down.
Well, okay, we'll take that. That's the first down. We'll take that.
But you gotta let them keep going there. You saw forward progress was still going there, but
I didn't hear a whistle.
You're right.
I didn't hear a whistle. You know, if you want to stop the play, blow the whistle.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Brian Fulford. First and goal for Edward Waters. Let's spot the football at around the 2-yard line. 107, 106, 105 left to go here. Jaleel Jackson still in the game at quarterback for EWC. 3 receiver set. Malik Stevens is running back sidecar to his left. He'll take a high snap. Hey, this is Jackson pushing his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Edward Waters. Jaleel Jackson, a freshman from Westside High School here in Jacksonville. Into the end zone for a Tiger touchdown.
There you go. Westside represent. There you go. Somebody handed him a belt, but I think he's like, I need to go on the field and take care of this special team. Are they going for 2? I think they should go for 2 here. You're down. You missed the extra point. So this would give you an opportunity to make it 21 if they go for 2 here. And I see Wilkerson coming onto the field, so I think they are going for 2 here.
Matthew Showtime Wilkerson, the senior tight end and defensive lineman, into the game. He'll be lined up at tight end. Twin receivers far side to the right. Tigers are going to line up for 2. Shotgun formation for Jackson. He'll put a receiver in motion. He'll take the snap. Keeper. Jackson, right side. In there for 2. There is a flag on the play.
Oh, man.
The flag is on the play.
Illegal formation against Edward Waters.
Wow.
Penalty against Edward Waters College.
Illegal formation against the Tigers. Will cost them 5. Wipe off the 2 points. But the Tiger offense is still on the field. Jackson in the gun. Stevens the back side. Carr to the right. 3 receiver set. Twins near side left. Single far side to the right.
Points after touchdown.
Jackson takes the snap. He's back to pass. Jackson flush in the pocket. Jackson still dancing in the pocket. Jackson will just have to be hit, and he'll eat it.
Yeah, probably should have got rid of it.
So the point or the 2-point conversion, no good. We'll actually keep it here with 49 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Savannah State leading Edward Waters 35-12.
What an amazing Saturday, Josh. My head is about to blow up with all of these scores.
Don't do that. We don't own the stadium. We kind of need to keep this clean for Marty Lee and the great people here at First Coast.
Let's start with the MEAC, Josh. In the MEAC, not only look in our poll, the number 3 and number 4 team in our BCSN top 5 go down on the road.
Wow.
North Carolina A&T down. They lose to Morgan State in Baltimore, 22-16. Then Bethune-Cookman in Delaware. Dover, Delaware loses to Delaware State 16-13. And now everybody has 2 losses except the guys from Tallahassee,
the Mighty Rattlers of Florida A&M University. And now it's Carter on the return. Across the 5, across the 10, across the 15, gets up to the 20, to the 25, coming near side to the 30-yard line. Flag will get thrown. And looks like Savannah State will be starting in the hole after this return. Flag at the 30-yard line. Holding the call against Savannah State. Holding the call against the Tigers will cost the Tigers of Savannah State, will cost them 10 yards. Will back it up to the 20-yard line. That's where SSU will take up shop. 41 seconds left to go here, third quarter. 35-12 our score. Savannah State with the lead. Devon Gibbons from the gun. Single receivers on either side. He'll take the snap. Miscommunication in the backfield, and he'll be hit and dropped in the backfield.
One of the few tackles for loss that we've seen in this ball game by the Edward Waters Tigers.
Quintorio Powell in on the stop, the true freshman from Moundville, Alabama, and on the stop there for EWC. Loss of 4 on the play, 2nd and 14 from the 16-yard line. 9 seconds and 8 seconds remaining here in this third quarter.
2nd and 14 from the...
Looks like Savannah State will just be content to go into the fourth quarter. We go to the fourth. Savannah State 35, Edward Waters 12. Let's take a break, come back again the fourth quarter after this here on 1010XL and the Black College Sports Network.
Insurance can be time consuming. That's why when it comes to your auto, home, and life insurance needs, make things simple and trust the experts at Allstate. They will help you get the coverage that fits your needs while helping you bundle your life, home, and auto policies. Bundling saves you money, sure, but it also saves you time, so you can enjoy the things that matter most even more. Contact me, Tammy Haynes, your local agent, for a free personalized insurance quote. Allstate, are you in good hands?
Waiting for days to come like this, better than ever before. And now I know there's more.
Wherever you've been, whatever you've been through, we have a warm welcome waiting for you at more than 325 hotels around the world. Book today at DoubleTree.com.
We begin the fourth here in Jacksonville. 35-12 our score. Savannah State with the lead over the Tigers of Edward Waters College. Joshua Jackson, Brian Fulford here with you. And the broadcast of Edward Waters College football here on the Black College Sports Network as well as 1010XL. Savannah State as we get set to start the fourth quarter of play. We'll have it 2nd down and 14.
2nd down, 14 yards to go.
From the 16-yard line of Savannah State.
Ball at the 16 of their own territory.
Shotgun formation for Gibbons. 3 receiver set. Takes the snap. Hand off, throwing over the middle. It is caught. Inaj Carter over on the right side. Still on his feet, 50. The 45-yard line. Lost the football late. Picked up by another Savannah State Tiger. Advanced it to the 41-yard line. It's another first down for Savannah State.
Gibbons showing a little bit of his arm.
47 fumbled and then
And Major Bellamy with the reception out of the backfield. Fumbled it late. Joe Boykin picked it up. Advanced it a couple more yards to the 41-yard line of Edward Waters. Devon Gibbons works from the gun. Takes the snap. Hand off. This is Durham. Durham going over the right side now. Durham 35, trying to turn the corner. It looks like he'll have the first down. As they will mark him out of bounds. Actually, they'll mark him a 2 yards short of the first down. Out to the 33-yard line.
Ball at the 34-yard line. EWC territory.
Gibbons in the gun. Durham the backside, card to his right. 3 receiver set, 2 left, single far side to the right. Puts the receiver in motion. He'll take the snap. Keeper. That is Durham. Durham will be hit at the line of scrimmage. Actually, he'll move forward, get the first down, get inside the 30, and go down at the 29-yard line.
Savannah State.
D'Angelo Durham with the first down for the Tigers of Savannah State.
There should have been a flag on number 50 from Savannah State. That's all I'm gonna say. If you saw it on we don't have the replay, but if you saw it, there should have been a flag on number 50 for Savannah State. That's all I'm gonna say. We're not gonna describe what he did, but should have been a flag on him.
He was giving him the business. First and 10 at the 29 of Edward Waters for Savannah State. Takes the snap. Slip in the backfield, but kept his feet moving is Durham. Durham pushes his way backwards to the 26-yard line. Terran Quarles in on the stop for Edward Waters. Savannah State offensive lineman Dylan McLeod will have to come off for a play as he lost his helmet.
You know, there's so many layers to the options in this offense. And then you take the physicality. I mean, obviously coming from Division I down to Division II, you had to play with a certain level of physicality, and you probably built your program and built the strength and conditioning program a certain way. You can really see the level of physicality that Savannah State plays with.
Takes the snap, turn, hand, Durham runs into a man, now goes over to the right side and has got room to the 20, back inside to around the 15, 14-yard line. Angelo Durham with another first down for Savannah State.
He's such a patient runner, isn't he? I mean, just really runs right into that. You know, I'm not going to make any crazy comparisons to anybody on a professional level, but I mean, he just runs into the line, keeps his feet moving, and then pops out to the outside, and he's gone.
First and 10 for Savannah State at the 14-yard line of Edward Waters. 12:22 left to go, fourth quarter. A 35-12 ball game in favor of the visitors from Georgia. Handoff. This is Durham. Durham goes inside the 10-yard line, goes down at the 9 for a gain of about 5-6 yards there on first down.
Right at about the 9-yard line. Henderson on the stop for EWC.
Second down and about 4 from the 9. Pistol formation. Takes the snap. Turn and hand to Durham. Durham stacked up in the backfield, and he will go down. It'll be a loss of a yard on the play. Terran Quarles making first contact for EWC. Be third down and about 6.
Loss of 1 on the play. Second, make that third down. 6 for a first down for Savannah State.
Ball be spotted around the 10, 11-yard line. 12:26 remaining in the ball game.
Looks like they need to get, inside of the 5-yard line to get a first down.
In the gun is Durham. Single receivers to either side of the formation. Takes the snap. Option look. Near side Durham. Inside the 5 and into the end zone.
I think that one was Gibbons, actually, on the keeper.
The quarterback, Devon Gibbons, on the carry into the end zone for the touchdown.
I think that's his third touchdown of the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed it is. Third rushing touchdown for the junior quarterback from Stone Mountain, Georgia, and Stevenson High School. As Giovanni Lugo comes on for the extra point here for Savannah State. Snap, placement, the kick gets up, it's on the way. It is good. There is a flag thrown. Check this flag. This one might be leaping against EWC. I'm going to wave the flag off. Flag waved off. 10:59 remaining, fourth quarter. Savannah State 42, Edward Waters 12. We'll take a quick break. Come back with more Tiger football after this here on the Black College Sports Network and 1010XL.
Majesty is a premium health and wellness tea line focused on bringing delicious yet healthy tea blends to the community. Filled with an abundance of vitamins and antioxidants, we work to blend teas with exotic spices and fruits to produce scrumptious and wholesome beverages. So check us out at mymajesties.com. That's MyMajesties.com. My Majesties, an Urban Passport member.
42-12 our score. Savannah State with the lead. As Giovanni Lugo kicks it off. The right to left kick is high end over end. Deshaun Hugie will return this, and we'll take it from around the 19. Coming near side to the 30-yard line, still on his feet, and he will go down at around the 30-yard line.
So, Josh, I'll ask you, do you like the rule that prevents a team moving up in classification from being able to participate.
Absolutely not.
In the playoffs.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think it's a slap in the face to the guys at Savannah State for all the work that they have done to have such a great season that they have had. For a ruling from the conference to take them away from being able to do that, I think that I've got a major problem with that.
So that was a conference?
I believe from what I understand, it was a conference ruling that Savannah State was deemed ineligible to compete for the SIC championship.
So there's
this
nothing
year.
within the NCAA guidelines that prevented that?
Not that I've seen.
Well, why weren't they eligible for the playoffs then?
Good point. 1st and 10 for Savannah State, or for Edward Waters, from the 30-yard line. Jalil Jackson in at quarterback for EWC. We have delay of game against Edward Waters. That's actually Dale George Jr. in at quarterback for Edward Waters. So a 5-yard penalty against Edward Waters will back them up 5 yards.
25-yard line. Illegal motion call against the Tigers of Edward Waters.
Out comes George at quarterback. In comes Braden Miner in at quarterback for EWC. First and 15 from the 25. Takes the snap. Turn. Hand. As we keep it from Miner. Miner on the left side. Miner gets out to the 35, 36-yard line.
Got a down player for Savannah State, or at least slow to get up.
The big defensive lineman. And Stephen Greaves. Greaves, another Florida guy from Broward County, Florida. South Plantation High School. Second down and about 4 for Edward Waters from the Edward Waters 35-yard line. 10-17, 10-16, 10-15 left to go here, fourth quarter. 42-12. Savannah State with the lead. Shotgun formation for Miner. They'll take the snap. Back to pass. Miner stepping up in the pocket. Miner will tuck and run. Miner to the 40. Gives himself up at the 40-yard line. And everyone empties their pocket there.
Yeah.
And Braden Miner still down.
Yeah, and that's a good way to start it. That's a good way to start a little scuffle right there.
Nice conversation between Tigers and Tigers at around the 40-yard line.
Well, and he gave himself up. And that's, that's targeting. I mean, it's the last game of the season for Savannah State. So if they call targeting, which is what I think they should, he's ejected and he'll have to miss
the first game of next year.
The first game of next year.
This is Savannah State's half, I guess. This is Savannah State's final contest of the season. We'll see what this flag is. Personal foul. It is a targeting call against Savannah State.
Savannah State on the tackle.
15 yards.
And an ejection.
Against Savannah State, and an ejection. We'll see who walks off of the field for Savannah State.
Taking the ball to the 45-yard line.
As Jay-Sean Francis checks in at quarterback for EWC. But a Savannah State Tiger has their season come to an end early, as he's been ejected from the contest as a result of a targeting penalty. Tigers will scrimmage 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Jay-Sean Francis in the game, at quarterback for Edward Waters. He'll take the snap, turn, and hand to Malik Stevens. Stevens pushes his way inside the 45, and he'll go down around the 43, 42-yard line.
Waters tackled by number 89, Ronnie Johnson.
Johnson in on the stop there for Savannah State. Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd and 7 from the 43-yard line.
Josh, I've been watching the offensive plays coming into the quarterback, because I don't know if they appear to be a little slower than probably what Coach Ruffin would want.
Francis takes a snap. Back to pass is Francis. Stepping up, throwing. It's tipped at the line and incomplete. They tried to set up the screen to Malik Stevens. Falls incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 7 for Edward Waters. Third and 7 for the Tigers of EWC at the 42-yard line of Savannah State.
The Savannah State 43-yard line.
Well, Brian, the story of the day for EWC, those self-inflicted wounds, those 21 points that Savannah State has scored off of Edward Waters' turnovers is pretty much the story of the game here this afternoon.
Yeah, definitely is.
3rd and 7 for EWC from the 42. Excuse me. Pistol formation for Francis. He'll take the snap. Turn and hand to Stevens. Stevens up the gut with the first down and more. Stevens exploding into Savannah State territory, and he'll go down at around the 16-yard line.
By Malik Stevens of Edward Waters College.
Malik Stevens up the gut in the first down for Edward Waters.
Takes the ball up to the 22-yard line.
A little bit of extra back and forth by a couple of guys. Offensive lineman and linebacker.
First down, Edward Waters College.
The official decides to let it go and keep the clock rolling, keep the game moving. It looks like Savannah State's going to call a timeout.
They do call a timeout. We will go ahead and do the same. 8:46 remaining in the ball game. Savannah State 42, Edward Waters 12. Let's take a break. Come back with more Tiger football after this here on the Black College Sports Network and 1010 XL.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
This December 21st, the best in HBCU football will collide in Atlanta at the Celebration Bowl.
Back here in Jacksonville, 1st and 10 for Edward Waters from around the 16-yard line. 8:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. Savannah State leading Edward Waters 42-12. And Edward Waters will conclude the 2019 campaign next Saturday in Texas as they will take on the Panthers of Savannah State. Good night, Joshua. Panthers of Prairie View A&M University. Head coach Eric Dooley, running back DeWanye Tucker, and the Panthers be waiting Edward Waters next Saturday just outside of Houston, Texas. Takes the snap. Francis throwing near side. No one in the vicinity of that pass.
Francis on the pass intended for number 17.
That's an obvious. He zigged when he should have zagged on that play there.
Intended for number 14, Tiberius Horn.
Just a little miscommunication there, Josh. Just a little miscommunication.
2nd down and 10 for the Tigers from the 17-yard line of Savannah State. Clock will stop with 8:39 left to go in the fourth quarter. Savannah State on top 42-12. Pistol formation for Francis. 3 receiver set, 2 right, single far side to the left, tight end wing to the left. Francis puts his tight end in motion. That's Quinlan Bisbee. He'll take the snap, turn, and hand to Stevens. Actually throws over the middle to Bisbee. Incomplete. They faked the handoff. Bisbee was open down the seam. Could not put 2 paws on it to bring it in. It'll be 3rd down and 10 for Edward Waters.
Pass looked like it was just a little over his head, behind him a little bit, instead of being out in front of him.
Savannah State territory.
3rd and 10 for EWC at the 17-yard line of Savannah State. Clock stops with 8:34 left to go in the fourth.
Braden Minor in the game at quarterback for Edward Waters.
Braden Minor checks in at quarterback for EWC. Malik Stevens in the backfield at running back for Edward Waters. Tigers still having a hard time getting set up. 3 receivers far side to the left. Single receiver isolated near side to the right is Tiberius Horn. Malik Stevens, the running back sidecar to the right. Minor barks on the signals. Will take the snap. Whistles, and looks like a timeout taken by Edward Waters.
Timeout, Edward Waters.
So a timeout taken by the Tigers of EWC. We'll let you go ahead and keep it here. Brian, Florida State gets a victory for interim head coach Odell Higgins this afternoon in Boston College in Chestnut Hill. A 38-30 victory for the Seminoles of Florida State. Been an interesting week in Tallahassee as Willie Taggart fired earlier in the week, but Odell Higgins steps in and gets the victory here in his second stint as the interim head coach of the Florida State Seminoles.
I believe, isn't he unbeaten as interim
coach? 2-0, yeah. He won the bowl game a few years ago before Willie Taggart was hired, and now gets a victory here on the road up in Chestnut Hill against Boston College.
But they don't want to give him the job, or he doesn't want the job, is kind of what I've heard.
Interesting coming. And then there was a story that Deion Sanders emerged as a candidate for the head coaching job. That'd be an interesting situation there.
I'm not as down or negative about that as I have heard other talking heads and their initial reaction to the story.
Minor takes a snap on third down. Minor in the pocket, rolls over to the right. Minor throws. It is complete. Complete to around the 16-yard line. Gain of a yard on the play. It'll be 4th down and 9 for Edward Waters. We'll see what head coach Greg Ruffin and the Tigers decide to do here. Matthew Wilkerson will check in.
Barely got rid of that one.
And one of the tight end spots. Out comes, or actually Minor coming to the sideline to get the play. It'll be 4th down and about 9. For EWC. Minor in the gun. 4-receiver set. Takes the snap. Minor back to pass. Stepping in the pocket. Rolls over to the left side. Now Minor throws. Pass is complete, but short of the first down.
I don't know. That's going to be close, depending upon that spot there.
Pass was complete to Derek Davis.
He's going to be real close.
Needed the 5 for a first down. We'll see what they mark it at. And they might have to bring the sticks in to measure this one. Oh, it's going to be short. First down, Savannah State.
Savannah State,
wow.
They take over on downs.
Savannah State will take over on downs.
They didn't even bother bringing the chains out, huh? Just on eyesight, huh? Okay.
And the Tigers of Savannah State will scrimmage from inside their own 10 and around the 7-yard line. Gibbons still in the game at quarterback. 3 rushing touchdowns here this afternoon. He'll line up in the gun, 3-receiver set. He'll take the snap. Hand off to the back. He will be hit and cut down after a gain of maybe a half yard on the play. That's it. Savannah State likely improved to 7-3 on the 2019 season as they conclude their 2019 campaign. EWC drops to 1-9 on the year with one more game set to play next week in the great state of Texas. There is an injured Tiger at around the Tigers of Edward Waters, at around the 6-yard line. Actually, we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll stop and take a quick 30-second timeout. 7:20 remaining, 4th quarter. Savannah State 42. Edward Waters 12. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. Come back with more Tiger football after this. You're on the Black College Sports Network and 1010XL.
December 21st, the best in HBCU football will collide in Atlanta at the Celebration Bowl. MEAC versus SWAC. Champion versus champion. Only one team will rise above the rest and claim the coveted Celebration Bowl trophy. Come join the celebration at Mercedes-Benz Stadium this December. For more information, visit the Celebration Bowl.
Injured Tiger still on the field at around the 5-yard line. Head coach Greg Ruffin on the field. Attend to his injured charge. And a flag is going to get thrown. This was going to go against Coach Ruffin. Coach Ruffin gets called for a flag. The referee, Steven Anderson, having enough of hearing from the head coach Greg Ruffin. And he throws the flag.
Let's give a round of applause.
Zuriel Davis, the injured EWC Tiger, but the 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against head coach Greg Ruffin will give Savannah State a first down.
I saw him sort of signal with a swipe towards his legs as if that might be the reason for the injury. Some sort of chop block. that was not called.
Ball out to the 22.
So after the penalty, it'll be 1st and 10 for Savannah State at the 22-yard line of Savannah State. Gibbons will take the snap. Option play, pitch, near side. This is Durham. Durham turns the corner. A flag will get thrown. Durham goes out of bounds.
Carry for Savannah State. Flag thrown at the 23-yard line.
Get off the sideline.
Durham's on the sideline now. He's John with a couple of EWC Tigers. It's going to be a bit of a nice meeting on the EWC sideline. Some shoves being thrown. If you're head coach Greg Gruffin and the coaching staff, you got to keep your guys on the sideline here.
Yeah. You have to maintain your composure. Even though you're down by 30 points, you still have to maintain your composure. You want to get mad out here on the field. Block harder, tackle harder, run harder, hit harder. Not on the sidelines, not where you do it.
So 2 flags are on the field. One is going to be at least a hold on the play. And one on the EWC sideline. Holding against Savannah State. 10-yard penalty, so they did not throw a flag with the skirmish on the Edward Waters sideline.
Holding against Savannah State, 10-yard penalty.
And a nice, or should I say, a very not nice chant starting now by the Savannah State marching band. I said it.
I couldn't make it out, but you know.
It wasn't nice at all.
Oh, okay.
1st and 20 for Savannah State after the penalty from their own 12-yard line. We'll take the snap. Hand off to Durham, turning the corner right side. Durham will get out across the 15 and down to around the 18-yard line.
Durham on the carry for.
But we are at a high school, Josh, so, you know, the fact that we're getting sophomoric chants.
True.
You caught that, right?
True. Good, yeah. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that.
Look, every now and then I got a good one.
Take a bow. Nicely done, sir. Nicely done. You got to laugh to keep from crying here. The way that this contest is going for the Tigers of EWC. 2nd down and about 15 from the 18-yard line of Savannah State. Shotgun formation will take the snap. Option play, pitch, far side. And that is getting up to the 30-yard line, and he will go out of bounds.
Carter on the carry.
And have the first. How about this score here, Brian? 12-15 remaining 3rd quarter. If you're interested in watching the LSU-Alabama game, turn your radio off for just a couple of seconds. 12-15 remaining 3rd quarter from Bryant-Denny Stadium in Alabama. LSU 33, Alabama 13.
Ooh. And yeah, somebody up here called that and said if somebody's going to lose, it's going to be by a lot.
Yeah, somebody said that.
3rd down and about 2 for Savannah State from the 32-yard line. Takes the snap. Keeper Gibbons up the gut, 1st down and more. Gets out to the 45-yard line. Devon Gibbons moves the chains for another Savannah State 1st down.
Good job by the defenders. Still tackling. You know what I'm saying? That's one of those plays where if guys aren't invested in finishing this game strong, that's a touchdown.
1st and 10 for Savannah State at that spotted at the 46-yard line of the Tigers. 5:03, 5:02, 5:01 left to go here 4th quarter. Takes the snap. Option play, right side, pitch to the back. 1st down and more. 40-yard line and goes out of bounds. To around the 35-yard line. Durham on the carry and another 1st down for Savannah State. Just got a text message from my girlfriend who is a Florida fan. She says, Bama losing makes mama happy. All right, babe, I hear you now. 1st and 10 for Savannah State at the 35-yard line of Edward Waters. Takes the snap. Option play left this time. Pitch. This is Durham. Durham coming over here to the near side. Tigers have that one hemmed in. They're going to bring him down. Nice job there. But Jalen Thomas to get there to make the open field tackle. There's a flag on the near side along the EWC, close to the EWC sideline. Holding the call against Savannah State.
Holding against Savannah State.
10-yard penalty cost them 10 and back up
Down. A first and 20 for first down.
to the 45. First and 20 for Savannah State from the Edward Waters 45-yard line. 4:09, 4:08 remaining fourth quarter. Pistol formation for Gibbons. Puts the receiver in motion. He'll take the snap. Turn and hand to the back. Up the gut. That's Durham. Durham inside the 35 and finally going down at the 30-yard line.
Arm tackling is all I see right now. Just a lot of arm tackling. You're not going to get that big back down with a lot of arm tackles. And I got to imagine he's still in the ball game, Josh, because they're trying to get him to 1,000 yards. If he hasn't already hit that mark.
2nd and 5 from the 30-yard line. Handoff. Durham again, left side. First down and more. First down and touchdown for Savannah State.
Durham touchdown.
Well, if he didn't.
Head coach Greg Ruffin is going to have nightmares of D'Angelo Durham in his head.
Hey, those two, Durham and Gibbons, have been giving everybody in the conference nightmares. Everybody within the state of Georgia, they've given nightmares to. They are the, as I like to say, the mythical Georgia HBCU state champions.
Giovanni Lugo on for the extra point here for Savannah State. Snap, spot, kick, it is up, it is on the way. And it is good. 3:20 left to go, fourth quarter. Savannah State 49, Edward Waters 12. Let's take a quick break, come back with more Tiger football after this. You're on 1010XL on the Black College Sports Network.
President Dr. A.
Classic Atlanta soul food restaurant located in the historic West End. Q-Time Soul Food is a family business started by Fred and Christine Crenshaw. Come on in, relax, and sink your chops into our tantalizing, mouth-watering, distinctive soul food with a twist, the Q-Time way. 1120 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, or call your order in at 404-758-2881. Do you miss your mama's cooking? Then come on down to Q-Time, an Urban Passport member.
A gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network.
Back here in Jacksonville, 3:20 left to go, fourth quarter. Savannah State 49, Edward Waters 12. And Giovanni Lugo coming on to kick this one off for the Tigers of Savannah State. Here's the kick, high and short. Taken at the 15-yard line. To the 20, the 25 to the 30, to the 34-yard line. And flags thrown late. Several of them.
Kickoff is taken to about the 35-yard line. There are flags on the play. A reminder to the Edward Waters College Band, tonight's fifth quarter is only limited to 35 minutes.
Still trying to sort out these flags. Long discussion here from this SIAC officiating crew. Personal foul will be the call against Savannah State. A 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run from Boogie Mahone, and the Tigers will scrimmage 1st and 10 from the Edward Waters 49-yard line.
15-yard penalty marked off of the place of the infraction.
Braden Minor and the EWC offense jogging onto the field.
1st and 10 at their own 49.
Have it 1st and 10 from the 49. Four receivers set, 3 receivers far side to the left, single receiver near side to the right. One backside car left is the running back Malik Stevens. Takes the snap. Handoff to Stevens. Stevens coming over to the near side right. Stevens 45, Stevens 40, Stevens 35. Stevens is going to have the first down at around the 35-yard line.
That's a good run by Stevens. Did a great job of eluding the defender who was right there step with him, about maybe a couple yards behind him.
2:57, 2:56, 2:55 left to go, fourth quarter. Savannah State 49, Edward Waters 12.
And definitely you want to end this drive and end this fourth quarter with a score, touchdown preferably.
Pistol formation, 4 receiver set. Puts a receiver in motion. It's Jalil Jackson. I'll take the snap. Fake the handoff. Throwing over the middle. Incomplete. Well over the head of the intended receiver, Tiberius Horn. Bring up 2nd and 10 from the 35.
Horn incomplete. Intended receiver Horn incomplete. Second down.
Clock stops with 2:34 left to go, fourth quarter. Stick around for a quick Sam's Club postgame report. Final stats, facts, and figures from this contest, and put this one to bed and get set to hit the Texas next week. Takes the snap. Handoff. This is Stevens. Stevens up the gut. Stevens inside the 30-yard line, backing his way to the 24 or 26-yard line. Be a yard short of the first down.
Carry for Edward Waters.
Gain of 9 on the play from the Miles College transfer, junior from Orange Lake, Florida.
1 for a first down for the Tigers at Edward Waters College.
The 3rd and a yard from the 26. Shotgun formation for Minor. Stevens will be the running back sidecar to the right. Takes the snap. Handoff. Stevens, left side, first down and more. Inside the 20, runs over a man, gets to the 15-yard line. Stevens will move the chains for a Tiger first down.
Stevens running the ball impressively. Trying to put something on film that maybe the coaches will want to give him some more carries in the early moments of the game, or the first couple of quarters, I should say.
1:30 left to go, fourth quarter. 1st and 10 for Edward Waters. Ball at around the 15-yard line. Shotgun, a pistol formation look this time from EWC. Behind Minor is Stevens. He'll take the snap. Fake the handoff to Stevens. Stevens right side, 10, inside the 5, walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Edward Waters.
All right, there we go.
Luke Stevens, a 15-yard rushing touchdown for Edward Waters.
Good positive spin on this drive and this home season.
49-18 our score as Angel Sevier will come on for the extra point here for EWC. Tigers looking for
somebody's missing. Yeah, we've seen that happen on more than one occasion, haven't we?
There's Adam Finley running onto the field late,
and guys are there. I mean, they're standing right there. As you know, I'm not sure what they're waiting on.
Snap placement. Kick is up on the way, and it is good. 109 left to go, fourth quarter. Savannah State 49, Edward Waters 19. Let's keep it here. And it's the final contest that Edward Waters will ever play away from the Jacksonville campus. And as next year, the $4+ million Nathaniel Glover Field, Community Field and Stadium is set to open up on campus, something we are very excited about. Yesterday, Edward Waters broke ground on the $4.4 million renovation project to Tiger Landing, our largest residence dormitory on the campus of EWC. So a lot of positive things going on the campus of Edward Waters College.
And so, describe, if you would, Josh, where will, how this will fit on campus in terms of location?
The football field will be built on where the EWC practice field is right now, right between the Adams Jenkins Community Sports and Music Complex on the old James Weldon Johnson Middle School, which EWC purchased a few years ago. It'll be on that side of land. It'll be 2,500 seats to start off with, 2,000 on the home side, 500 on the visiting side. And we're more than likely going to have to bring in some additional seating, especially for that very first game that we're expecting a couple of really big games at home next year. So definitely we'll be announcing season ticket packages here in the next few months, and even the 2020 schedule next year for next year coming up in the next few months. So we're very, very excited about the direction of EWC athletics. Sevier's kick. It's an onside thing. It's hit, and the Tigers are going to pick this one up.
I can't remember the last time I've seen an onside kick.
A successful onside kick at that for EWC.
Successful. First and 10.
The onside kick recovered by Edward Waters. The Tigers not going down without a fight.
Ball spotted at the 47.
Tigers will take up shot first and 10 at the Edward Waters 47-yard line. 104 left to go, fourth quarter.
Look, I looked downfield, probably along with everybody else in a white jersey, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, onside kick. I'm like, what?
Tiger offense back on the field.
That's the first thing they did right tonight. Looked like they practiced.
Pistol formation for Edward Waters. Braden Miner in the game at quarterback. Malik Stevens right behind him. Full receiver set. Twins to either side of the formation. Takes the snap. Handoff. Stevens hit and swallowed up at the line of scrimmage.
Malik Stevens on the carry for Edward Waters.
Clock winds under a minute remaining here into this fourth quarter.
No gain on the play. Second down.
Well, I would hope they hurry up here. I mean, you gotta move quickly, especially if you're not going to call a timeout. Can't chew up 20 seconds, which is where we're at right about now.
Shotgun formation for Miner. Stevens the backside, calling to the right. Four receiver set, three left, single near side to the right. Miner takes the snap, lost the football, picks it up, avoids a defender. Miner still looking, a flag will get thrown. Pass is incomplete.
Might be a face mask.
Face mask, yeah, against Savannah State.
Well, enough people saw it, thankfully. I mean, what do you got? 1, 2, 3, 3 yellow flags out there. So enough people saw it.
Get the big defensive lineman Cam Brown for the face mask here.
Personal foul, face mask penalty against Savannah State.
First down for Edward Waters.
15-yard penalty.
After the 15-yard penalty. Ball will be spotted inside the 40 at the 38-yard line.
First and 10 from the 38-yard line in Savannah State territory.
Shotgun formation for Braden Miner. He'll take the snap. Handoff, Stevens. Inside the 30-yard line. Still pushing the pile, and he'll go down at the line to gain, looks like it, around the 28-yard line.
Malik Stevens on the carry for Edward
Gain of 10 and a first down for EWC. 5 seconds, 4 seconds.
Doesn't the clock stop on the first down?
The clock should stop on the first down.
But they're going to let it go.
And that is the ball game.
And that's the end of the ball game.
End of the ball game here from Jacksonville. Savannah State 49, Edward Waters 19. We'll take a break. Begin the Sam's Club postgame report after this as you are listening to Edward Waters College Football on 1010XL and watching here on the Black College Sports Network.
Edward Waters College. Get involved. Advocate.
A gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs.
The Black College Sports Network is proud to partner with ComputerRatings.com. That's ComputerTer ratings.com for the upcoming college football season. ComputerRatings.com delivers rankings, game predictions, and statistics for hundreds of professional and collegiate teams. The key feature of ComputerRatings.com is the Versus Sports Simulator, which allows users to simulate any possible matchup and view the predicted scores along with a side-by-side stats analysis. Improve your odds by signing up for a subscription. Monthly, semi-yearly, and yearly subscriptions are available. For our listeners and viewers, use the promo code BCSN19 and get 15% off of your subscription at checkout. Visit www.computerratings.com. That's COMPUGHTER ratings.com.
Can one girl in a small town...
Welcome into the Sam's Club postgame report here on 1010XL 92.5 FM and the Black College Sports Network. Edward Waters falls to Savannah State by a final score of 49-19. Savannah State improves to 7-3 overall. EWC falls to 1-9 with the defeat. Just a rough sledding here for the men in purple this afternoon, Brian.
Yeah, mistakes early cost you. Especially, the 21 points off of 3 turnovers early in the ball game. That's not how you want to start against any team, let alone a team that is having or has had the kind of season that Savannah State has had. And so another learning lesson for Edward Waters. And we're going to, as you say, on to Prairie View. And hopefully you can finish on a positive note with possibly a win.
And you got a note to the Savannah State defense. That defense they had today was phenomenal. You got to just tip your hat to them. Cam Brown and all those guys where they forced 3 turnovers in the contest this afternoon. And that first half, they were just phenomenal there.
Again, that unit was one of the top defensive units in the MEAC last year as a Division I team. And I felt, it's kind of funny when you get at the media day, SIAC media day at the beginning of the year, they were picked last. Now I think they were picked last because nobody knew who they were or what was coming. But when you learn more about the defense and that's coming over, and then when you learn about the offense that they're moving into, I just had a feeling that they were going to be the surprise X factor in the conference. And shamefully, the SIC did not give them the opportunity to compete, or maybe the NCAA rules don't allow for them dropping down. But I promise you what, next year there'll be several people who you should be putting them as the number 1 favorite in the Eastern Division next year, hands down, without a doubt. They should be the favorite in the SIC East next year.
As we look forward to Edward Waters next week, you said a few moments ago they go to take on Eric Dooley and the Panthers of Prairie View A&M. Dewanye Tucker, one of the most phenomenal running backs in all of Black College football and really in all of FCS football. The Tigers of EWC defensively are going to have their hands full. If they couldn't get their mitts on D'Angelo Durham this afternoon, they're going to have to really get into the film room and really study and really have to have a better effort next week against a very good and angry Prairie View A&M ball club.
Yeah, if you thought this team and this performance, they hit you and they hit you over and over. That team, Prairie View, they are fast as heck. And but look, that's what the move up. You're moving up. You're playing tougher. And look, the athletes are here. Edward Waters has the athletes to compete. Guys just have to buy in and stay focused and, take a little pride. But they also have to root for each other. I continue to see guys on the sideline not really supporting each other. And I mean in the sense of cheering each other on. The excitement for what they're doing and what their other teammates are doing doesn't seem to be there. That may be just an outside view. And, those are little things that I think you have to see, or you want to start seeing from your team if you're going to compete in these games. You got to be behind each other.
As you move forward to next year, of course we've got a game next week, but as we move forward to next year, I was speaking with head coach Greg Ruffin, really spoke at length this week about the excitement that he has about this program with the new stadium being built. That's definitely got to help with being able to have something that you can sell to recruits and things like that, and sell to transfers that may be looking at Edward Waters as far as, where am I going to be playing my games at? It's a lot of positive things going on campus, really, with the football program starting with that stadium being built next year. That's the needle is definitely pointing up here for the EWC ball club.
I think accountability is going to be and probably should be one of the key words in the off season or early spring workouts, going into spring practice, and the guys, the young men who are the juniors and sophomores, and even the freshmen. Those are the ones that, hey, look, you can no longer rely on your youth, because you've gone through 2 tough seasons. You've gone through some bumps and bruises. Hey, now we have to hold each other accountable now. The talent is here, and the accountability, though, needs to be raised to another level. And that's something that the players have control over.
Well, Brian, it's our final broadcast here on the Black College Sports Network and on 1010XL. Definitely want to thank you and all the great people at the Black College Sports Network, you and Roy Evans and A.D. Drew, all the great guys there at the Black College Sports Network. You guys do a phenomenal job with broadcasting Black College Sports, and it's something that's absolutely needed to be able to get our product and get our name out there as HBCUs. It's definitely, we appreciate all the work that you guys have done all season long, and, of course, all the great guys at 1010XL for allowing us to come over the airwaves for our home games this year. We definitely thank Steve Griffin, Chad Scott, all the great guys there at 1010XL for allowing us to come over the airwaves. But, Brian, it's always been fun broadcasting these games. Our second year together, and hopefully we can make a good year number 3 next year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to being in the press box in the new stadium next year.
Absolutely.
In the fall of 2020.
We finally will have a home. That's what's exciting for me.
Hashtag can't wait.
Exactly. Hashtag can't wait. Absolutely. That'll do it for the Sam's Club Postgame Report. That'll do it for Edward Waters College Football broadcast here on both the Black College Sports Network and on 1010XL. For all the great folks at 1010XL, for all the great folks at the Black College Sports Network, and all of us here at Edward Waters College, we hope you enjoyed our broadcast all season long. Follow EWC Athletics online at EWCTigerPride.com, as well as all of our social media outlets for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Follow us as we have a lot of great things going on at Edward Waters College. So, again, for all the great folks at 1010XL, Black College Sports Network, and Edward Waters College, my name is Joshua Jackson. Thanks for joining us this evening and all season long. We'll talk to you again next year in 2020 right here on 1010XL and the Black College Sports Network. So long, everybody.
I went after Comcast and Charter. It didn't have anything to do with my cable networks. It didn't. What happened was a gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs, and Comcast did not accept it, and that would have made a lot of money for these black colleges. Absolutely. And it would have educated the Black College Sports Network. This is what he wanted to do. That would have educated a lot of black kids. And when they didn't do that, that's when I came off the bench and said, okay, I'm going to light you up like a Christmas tree. Mm-hmm. Okay? That was the real reason why I got into it, was when I saw what happened with the Black College Sports Network, which I don't know. I just knew that these black, all right? I knew that these black colleges were going to benefit, and these black kids were going to get the education that they deserved and not have to pay.
The Creole seasoning is a sodium-free and sugar-free blend that's versatile enough to put on anything. One of the first blends I developed